Meeting will be live streamed. Okay.
Okay, looks like we are live now.
Yes.
Yeah, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live. We will talk about how to build your first Web 3.0 app. And we have here Madhavan, who is the founder of Questbook, and I am Tanay Pratap. I'm an ex-soft senior software engineer at Microsoft, and I'm learning how to do Web 3.0. I'm as new as someone could be, but I'm as good as anyone could be in Web 2.0. So if you are good in Web 2.0, if you know the basics of web development, front end, back end, everything, then this whole video is for you. This is for you to learn Web 3.0 and how to get into Web 3.0. In this video, we'll make a very small kudos app, and we'll talk more about it. But before going that route, let me welcome Madhavan. Madhavan, you want to say hi to everyone online?
For sure, for sure. Thank you, Tanay. I'm really excited to for this live session that we are having today. Yeah, I have been in crypto for a while now, building in Web3. I run this company called Questbook. I'm a co-founder there, and at Questbook, our purpose is exactly why we are here today. Like we want to help more Web2 developers, exactly like the people who are probably watching this stream, to also learn about the Web3 technology and make that transition from Web2 to Web3 and help you grow as well. Yeah, that's where I come from. I'm super excited to help your audience learn more about crypto development, and yeah, let's see what we're able to build today.
Thank you, Madhavan. Huge fan of your work. Not just in India, I am hearing great things about your work, even while talking to people in US. Everybody is excited about what you are building and the community you have built. Uh, Yesterday, when you did the announcement about our live session on Questbook, so many folks pinged me on WhatsApp, right? And not everybody has my WhatsApp number, right? So a lot of great folks pinged me and said, Tanay, this is great. I'm gonna come live do the live session. 200 people watching this live, and we had just started like 2 minutes back. I'm sure more folks will join in very soon. Let's just do some highs. Hey, hi Soham. Hi, how are you? I see a lot of people. If you recognize someone, Madhavan, please say hi to them.
Sure, sure. I'm also watching all the comments on my phone. Yeah, like I have done live streams before, but nothing like this, Tanay. Nothing like this.
This is
Wow,
going
like
to be crazy.
in the last 2 minutes, I think there are like at least 50, 60 messages already and bunch of people. Yeah, a small story. I also worked at Microsoft, the
Oh,
Hyderabad campus. But this is like 2014 to 16, I think.
okay.
Yeah.
So
So
you left Microsoft and then joined in 2017. That's right. There was this big void of a great developer when you left, and I think when I went, I filled it.
not at all, not at all. Oh man, that's funny.
Hey, hello, hi Hitav. My God, hi Kevin. This is amazing. 250 people live. We'll start our coding very soon. We're just waiting for a few more folks to join in because we have just come up live. Quite excited to know about it. And someone is saying, why only 100 likes? Yes, yeah. If you are watching, 278 people are watching, why only 100 likes? Why this collaborative? Madhavan is such a great person. I am also good. We should definitely get likes.
Then I'm a big fan of yours, man. I think making a fundamental difference to your audience. I think you are bringing a lot of opportunities to people who might otherwise not have had access to it. I'm really, really proud of what you're doing.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you, Madhavan. Thank you so much. That's so very nice of you. 300 folks live. My God, this is
Hey,
amazing. So let's
Karan,
talk about it.
before we do anything, I need to do this because I'm seeing a lot of these comments on the chat. I need to show my T-shirt. I'm wearing this
Please,
Wag Me
please.
T-shirt as well, folks. We are indeed going to make it. It's going to be super fun today.
So I am a newbie to this entire space. So I asked Madhavan just before going live, like, what does WAGMI even mean? This, we are going to make it, and I think I should get one T-shirt for that also, right? WAGMI, Neo G WAGMI. We are going to make it, or we have made it in the first batch. But let's see how much we make it in subsequent batches. Amazing. What
Indeed.
great energy. So someone is asking, by the way, my t-shirt is all about NFT today. If it's art, but you have to have an eye to buy it. And the bidding for this shirt starts for $500, right? I'm
I
gonna be
don't know,
rich.
500 ETH.
500 ETH.
ETH. Ethereum.
No, I know myself and I know my audience as well. $500 itself is too much.
Oh man.
Giveaway when? Are you will be in space? Hey, hi, Tanay and Madhavan. Remind me if I forgot to ask Tanay for a song. Yes, I have to sing a song. But we'll sing a song when there is a break. So when I take breaks, I sing songs on my YouTube lives, and
Wow.
then it has become like a tradition now on the live.
I hope I don't have to sing.
you if you want to, you're welcome. Right?
Thank you so
Not
much.
gonna force you.
Uh,
Excited for Web 3.0. Madhavan, people are asking what technologies are we going to build today? Like I am a complete noob at Web 3.0. So explain to us, what are we building?
Hey, so from what I understand, like of course I've been following you for a long time, and your audience definitely is well versed with the Web2 technologies, right? Like which is
Right,
HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and maybe Java, Python, some of those as well, right?
right, right, right,
Um,
right.
so what we're going to use today is not going to be any of those, but we're going to work on a new programming language called Solidity, right?
Okay,
So uh, and it's not very different from JavaScript. If you've written JavaScript before, TypeScript, JavaScript, Python, right? It is that kind of a programming language.
okay,
Um, but in today's session, that's the only technology that we're going to touch. We're just going to
okay,
touch one technology, that is Solidity. We'll learn how
okay,
to write code on this new programming language. What are its powers? What are its weaknesses? And as you said in the beginning of this call, that we are going to be building an app in which we can give kudos. Of course, we'll dive deeper into what exactly we're going to build in just a bit. But the essence is we're going to learn this new technology. We're going to learn about Solidity, what it means, why is it different? Why is it different from JavaScript? Like, why don't we just write code on JavaScript, right? So those are the kind of questions we are going to dive deeper into.
okay,
But to answer that specific question, we're going to use the technology called Solidity, and
okay,
which is built on top of a blockchain called Ethereum.
okay, okay. Cool. That's great. 360 people watching, guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe. I really work hard for these lives. I actually woke up today and took a bath as well. So really working hard for the live sessions. So like the video, subscribe it. And Madhavan, so as a Web 3.0 newbie, like I have not programmed anything in Web 3.0 till today, right? Where should I go and start programming? And that's one question. And the second question which I have for you uh, is what are the prerequisites? Like if I know JavaScript, is that enough to get me started with Solidity? Or if I know just any programming language, is it good enough to get started?
Yes, this in fact Solidity by design has been built on top of JavaScript, assuming that people know JavaScript.
Okay,
You'll see a lot of resemblance as we go forward, but it's not
okay,
exactly the same because there are a few primitives that are very specific to blockchain. In fact, more than JavaScript, I would say TypeScript because there's some
okay.
amount of data
Type
binding.
involved.
Oh yeah, typings over there. So yeah, you don't need any other prerequisite. If you've written programming in any programming language, any object-oriented programming language, you should be good. But if you are familiar with Java, JavaScript, Python, these kind of programming, object-oriented programming languages, you are off to the races. So
Awesome.
okay, of course we can dive deeper as we write code as well. But the only other prerequisite is knowing the platform on which we're going to be writing code, which is Ethereum
Okay,
itself, right?
okay,
So,
okay.
of course, I'll dive deeper into that when
Sure. Let's start coding then. Let's not waste any more second. I'm gonna share my screen. So how we are going to do this for everyone else is I am a newbie like you. I am your proxy, right? I don't know anything, and Madhan is an expert in this entire field. So he's going to teach me how to write the first app, and I'm gonna make all the beginner mistakes which I can, right? And so that when you are building the same app, and you can code with us if you want to. If you are building the same app, then you would know that how a newbie would struggle. And I'm going to struggle so much with
it.
300 400 people watching. My god, guys,
Wow.
This is
Tanay,
amazing.
just before we went live, you said there are going to be about 100 people joining this. I was like, okay, but now 400 people, huh, you lied to me.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't know this had so much craze, and people would. I think folks are here just to see me struggling. Like, Tane bhaiya bahut smart bante hain. Let's see, let's see how he does when a new tech comes up. And I'm okay. I'll be a fool the entire thing, because my thing is, stay foolish all the time, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
The best thing that I liked about the run up to this conversation was yesterday, day before yesterday, we were having this conversation, and I told Tanay ki was let's set up a few things, let's get a hang of it before we go live. Tanay was like, no, everything I'm going to do on a live stream. That was fascinating. So I can vouch for the fact that Tanay has not done any programming, I guess.
any
Super.
programming in
On
Web3.
Solidity. Of course.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's
So
go.
so my thing is that, make it as beginner friendly as possible.
Yes,
No
sir.
fluff, right? And I don't know anything, so let's start doing it. What should I type first? Where should I go,
Yeah.
Madhavan?
So, as with any programming language, the first thing
Mhm.
that you need is a code editor, right? So you
Right.
can, of course, write code on whatever Visual Studio Code, or IntelliJ, however you like it. But what we're going to use today is an online editor, so that there's no setup and all required.
Okay.
You can
Makes
go to
sense.
a website called remix.ethereum.org.
This
Yeah.
one.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Sure. We have to say always sure, right? Or
Always
do I
sure.
need to rate in? Always sure.
Always sure.
Okay. Now what do I
This is
do?
how you get scammed on the internet. Anyways, so this is the coding environment we are going to use.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. Next, you can just close this. Probably, I'll walk you
I,
through everything that we're
okay.
thinking about, anyways.
Okay. Closed it.
Yes. So on the left, you're seeing your files. I think there are three files that are already created by default: storage, owner, and ballot. We don't need any of this. So so this is the .sol extension, which is basically standing for Solidity. So let's just create
Okay.
one more new file. If you right click on contracts and say new file, let's
Okay.
just say what do you want to call it? Kudos app.sol maybe.
Sol. Okay. Done.
Awesome. So, hey, before we go on, are people also going to be writing code along with us? So, should I keep a track of that on chat?
No, I think mostly folks would be watching right now, and they
Okay.
would try it later at 2x or something like that.
Okay, perfect. So, yeah. So, Solidity is a
Mhm.
programming language that is written on top or written for writing apps on top of a blockchain. The
Okay.
blockchain. I just want to take 1 or 2 minutes to explain the fundamental differences between writing code in the Web 2 world versus writing code in the Web 3 world. I won't take too long. We'll jump into code, right?
Definitely. Do you want me to open something on the screen for folks to see?
No, that's okay. That's all right. I'm going to be a little theoretical,
Cool.
unfortunately.
Go ahead.
Look, in the Web 2 world, what you would do is you would write programs that has a server. You would write
Okay.
programs that would have a database, like MySQL, Mongo, or whatever, right? And you would write a statement that says, "Hey, insert into table, some values," right? And hit enter, and it gets added into the database. So this is and whoever is the admin, whoever is the root user for that database can make this amends directly without asking anybody for it, right? You press enter, the database changes automatically. Uh, this is called like centralized database management. Like there is just one person, the central entity that is making this edit. But in the crypto world, in the Web3 world, what happens is it's a database in which everybody is the root user. Anybody can come and update the database. So now, how do you still maintain sanity on the database? Like, how do you make sure that like junk is not coming in, or the data is actually consistent, right? So the way that it happens is anybody can read this database. All the data is going to be public by default. No privacy, nothing. Just like any data that you put over here is public by default. So you should remember that all data over here is public. You should not put anything onto the blockchain database that is private in nature. Like you should not store passwords, you should not store phone numbers, should not store whatever email address, all those kind of things you should not put on the database. That's number one. Number two is All of this is decentralized in the sense that once you deploy your code, anybody can run it. Right? Anybody can execute those functions. If you write code in the Web 2 world, only the person who has defined the APIs will also define the rules of how to call this API. Right? Only the website that you have written, there will be a JWT token or something like that, and that is the only way to access those APIs. But that's not the case in Web3. In Web3, once you define the functions, anybody can call it. Anybody in the world, and we'll see that. We'll do a demo of that. Okay. And thereby, the last point is anybody can write to the database, right? So just by virtue of being able to call functions, anybody can call functions, so anybody can also write to the database. So you have to be cognizant of this. You have to be cognizant that, hey, all the data over here is going to be public, and anybody can call these functions. So we need to keep a few of these mental models in mind before we start writing code. And the blockchain, the database layer is called the blockchain, onto which we are going to write data. And that blockchain is called Ethereum. Right? So you might have heard of Ethereum in the context of cryptocurrencies, ETH. Yes. But ETH is actually a currency, which we'll see a little later. But the underlying technology is called Ethereum. And we are writing programs that will get deployed onto an infrastructure, onto a blockchain called Ethereum. So that's what we're going to do. So that's a little bit of theory. And now we can start writing code.
First, I'll like a student, I'll quickly summarize what I have understood. One thing is Web 2.0 is centralized. Web 3.0 is open, anybody can write, but to maintain the sanctity of database, we have these blockchain technology, which is going to make sure that nobody messes up the data, right? And the third thing is do not put anything which is private on a blockchain. A fourth thing is we are going to write our code, which is going to be deployed on Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is the cryptocurrency, right? And it's also where we are going to deploy. So am I understanding it all right?
Exactly. Just one small nitpick, if I may. The currency is called Ether. And the programming, the infrastructure, the blockchain is called Ethereum.
Awesome. Good to know. Thank you for nitpicking that, because these things will be viewed by thousands of people down the line. So it's better to have this nitpick right now. One thing which folks are saying is how to zoom into this. So I tried Command plus, but it didn't work. Okay, so this is now bigger, but the side one is not picking up. Like the sidebar is not growing in size on this one. So a lot of folks in the chat say.
Yeah, the editor is not great, to be really honest, but it's just like good enough for us to start writing code. But yeah, cool. We'll also walk through to change the program.
Give me 1 second. I'll fix this. I'll fix this from my Mac itself. Our system preferences. Go to system preferences and go to desktop. I think desktop and screensaver. No, display. Where is display? I can't see display.
Maybe by the time Tanay is setting it up, I'll answer a few questions that are coming in. So the question is,
this should solve the problem. Though it feels very weird for me, but at least for other folks, it's.
Hey, this is okay. I don't know how it is showing up on YouTube. Let's just wait for a moment, because it's worse off on my computer.
Okay. See once how it's showing on YouTube, or I can stop the share and try once more. Stop share. Share screen. Share again.
Yeah, this is better.
It's better now. Zoom couldn't adjust when I changed the display settings. So now this would be bigger because change the display settings on the Mac itself. Okay.
I think it's good.
This is good, right? Let's get started then.
Super.
Yeah.
So let's first like the best programming engineers usually do. The first thing that we are going to do is copy paste code. We're going to
copy paste. Okay.
Let's just open up one of the other files there, storage.sol or owner.sol, something like that.
So I'm very much against copy pasting code generally in my tutorials, right? I say type it out everything so that you understand what's happening.
So we're going to write the line number 3. That's it. Pragma Solidity.
Okay, this is what import statement.
No, this is something that is unique to Solidity.
Okay.
So some people over here might have used in Python as to what version of Python you're using in the hashbang on the top, right?
Right,
Um,
right.
but that's a optional in Python. You write it, you don't write it, it's okay.
Right.
But in Solidity, it is required. It is
Okay.
required because Solidity changes so fast. Like every 2 or 3 weeks, you get a new version, and it's
Oh,
breaking the previous versions. So on the top, the first thing that you say is what version of Solidity are we going to use? We're going to be using in this case 7 or 8, 0.7 or 0.8.
okay.
Right. And the thing for you to note over here is it is still like 0 point something. That means that it is changing very fast, right? Like it's the version number 1 is still not out. That's
Right.
how early we are. That's how early Tanay's audience are getting access to learning about the technology. Right now, the proper version of Solidity is not yet launched, but we're learning Solidity. That's amazing. We are into the future already.
Awesome. Wagmi.
Wagmi indeed. So awesome. So we have now written our first line of code, right? And Solidity in some sense is object oriented.
Okay.
So like in, let's say, Java, the first thing that you would do is create a class, right?
Right.
So in Solidity, instead of creating a class, you create something called a smart contract.
Okay.
Every code that we are going to write over here is going to be a smart contract, which is basically like a class, but it's going to be deployed onto the Ethereum main chain. That's the only difference.
Okay.
So the syntax for it is you can come on to the next line and let's create a contract, just
What
like
do
a
I
class.
say?
The keyword is contract. So yep, contract. Let's call it kudos.
Is this proper? Like, is K
Yeah,
capital? Should K be capital or
yeah,
should K be
K
small?
capital. Yeah, K capital
Okay.
is good.
Okay.
Awesome.
What do I
Uh,
do next?
yeah, now those curly braces.
Okay.
And so first thing we're going to do is define a function, right? Inside a
Okay.
class, we usually define a function, function, and let's call it whatever,
So
get cool.
do we not do hello world first? Like,
Okay, let's do hello world.
let's do hello
Let's say
world.
function hello. Yeah,
Yeah. Let's do a hello.
and let's make it public. So after the no, in Solidity you write public at the end. Yeah.
Okay. Here is
No,
it.
after the parenthesis.
Okay. After the parenthesis. My God. Okay. Public. Is this
Yeah.
okay? And then the
Yeah. Now, first we'll write it in correct code and then we'll correct it.
okay.
So let's say it's return hello world, right?
String is it?
Yeah,
Like
string.
this.
Yes.
Hello
Yeah.
world.
So this is hello world. Now, one more thing we need to do is tell what data type this function is going to return. We've not
Okay.
defined that yet. So
Where do I put
again,
this?
no,
Here?
again, at the end, you have to say return. That's a keyword called returns. Yeah, and string in parentheses.
String in parenthesis. What is a parenthesis?
The rounded bracket.
The rounded bracket. Okay, thank you. Return string.
Yeah, awesome. So now we have written some code over here.
Okay.
And now we can compile it. So on the left hand side bar, you see the second tab. No, even or uske upar.
This one.
Yeah.
Solidity compiler. Okay.
Yes. So
Should I
tap on
press
that.
this?
Yes.
Nothing will blow up. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3.
I hope so. Awesome. Yeah. Now let's compile it.
Kudos
The
to
big blue.
It takes this much time to compile.
No, tap on that compile button there, big blue button. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Awesome. So, oops. Oh, okay. Damn. Let us do one thing. I'll come to this particular error, but
Okay.
let us first return an integer, right?
Okay,
And then
right.
because there is some complication that I need to explain, which so int.
Okay, cool. Int. And then
return
here
1,
is
return 0, whatever.
42. Okay.
Of course. Yeah, you can now compile again.
Compile.
Yeah, now it's compiled. And of course, there are a couple of warnings which we will ignore, and
Okay.
we will fix them as we go forward because
Yeah.
they're a little bit more complex. But now let's run this code, right? Now let's run this code. So now on the left hand side, you see the third button, which is the deploy and transactions button, just
This
below the
one,
yeah.
deploy and run transactions. Okay.
Yeah. So now from the drop down that says contract, you have to select kudos, which is already selected in your case. Right above the
Okay.
deploy button.
Yeah.
Now we are going to deploy this. What does it mean to deploy? Yeah, so whenever you write any contract, you have to deploy it onto the onto the blockchain for you to be able to run it. This is just like saying, hey, I've written this Node.js code. Let me deploy it onto the server.
Okay.
Right? It's very similar. So let's tap deploy.
This will not charge me money, no? But I have not put my credit
Actually, that's
card.
a good question. That's a good question. Everything in Ethereum is going to be not free. Like you have to pay money for everything. So what Remix has done for you is it has created an environment, a play environment on
Okay.
which you can like deploy and stuff like that without like spending real money. But
Okay.
very soon we will have to spend real money. So on the top you see account, a drop down called account.
Account. Yes.
Yeah, if you tap on
Yeah.
it, yeah. Now here are a few concepts that I want to go over. Right,
Go ahead.
an account is basically like just an account on the Web 2 world also, right? Like you have a username and a password, and then you have an account.
Okay.
But on Ethereum, it has one more property. The property is bank balance. Right? So, or rather, not bank balance, balance of that account. Every account by default is capable of storing money.
Okay.
Right. So just like you have username and password in the Web2 world, here you have a username, quote unquote, a password. I'll come to what the password is, and a balance. The three parts to every account. In Web2, there are just two parts: username, password. Over here, there are three parts: username, password, and balance. Right. By default, like every account on the Ethereum blockchain is going to have these three properties. The username over here is like that 0x something something, right? Maybe like Tanay, you can tap on that little copy button next to it and paste it somewhere so that our audience can see it.
Here.
Yeah. So this is what a username looks like on Ethereum, right?
Okay.
So this is the username of your account. For those of you who might know some cryptography, this is the public key. And the private key is your password. So you don't have to type in a password, but it's a public key, private key pair. This is the public key, and then the private key is stored by Remix internally. But if you're going to deploy it somewhere else, you need to also have a private key handy. So this is what a username looks like. And against the username, again, going back to account, so bracket mein it says 100 Ether. Right? We earlier discussed that Ether is the currency on Ethereum. So 100 Ethers is what you have in this account right now by default. Like Remix has given you 100 Ether. But in the real world, if you go and create a new account, you'll have 0 Ether. So Ethereum has given you, Remix has given you 100 Ethers to start with, like just play around. Right. So now, let's go back. Now let's deploy. So you've selected which account that you want to use.
What is the gas limit?
Don't worry about it. We'll come to it later.
Okay.
Everything else you can ignore, and now we'll hit deploy.
Hit deploy. Okay.
Yeah. Two things I want you to see over here. On the right, you see a tick mark, green tick mark.
Yes.
That means it has been deployed. And one more thing I want you to notice before we move on is now check out your balance under account.
99.999, right?
Yeah. So like some amount of money has been spent. Like it was initially 100, if you remember.
Yep.
And now it has become 99.9 because like since you deployed it, you had to spend money, right?
Right.
I'll get into why we have to spend money in just a bit, but well, you have to spend money. Great. So now there's a tick mark. That means the contract has been deployed. And going back to that left bar, under deployed contracts, sabse niche.
Deployed contract. Yes.
Yeah. So we have deployed our contract. Now, one more thing I want you to do before we do anything else is, okay, let's tap on hello. So hello is the function that we defined.
Right.
And did you tap on it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you see one more tick on the right.
This one, right?
Yeah. So सबसे right में जाके there's one down arrow. If you can expand that.
Okay, here. Acha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So now you will see one field called decoded output.
Yes.
Right. So decoded output is basically what this function returned.
So this is the hello world of Web 3.0.
Yes, this is the hello world. Now you've successfully run a hello world, which rather we should call it hello 42 or something like that, whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, we've written code that has.
So Madhavan, tell me one thing. Sorry to interrupt. So how did Solidity know that it has to call the function hello? Because we didn't call the function anywhere. We just defined the function, right?
Exactly. That is the beauty of Web3. So now the moment you write a function, now anybody in the world can call it.
Right? Anybody in the world can call it.
Anybody in the world can call it. Now it is. Okay. So imagine this to be like an API.
Okay.
What you have done is you have deployed an API.
Okay.
Now anybody can call the API, right?
Right.
On the same way, the moment you deploy a contract, all the functions inside that contract become APIs by default.
Okay.
Anybody can now call them.
Okay. So if I want to do like an add function here, how would I call that? So right now this just called hello. But if I was taking an input here, right, to add to 42, in that case, how would it go? Should we try that?
Yeah, let's try it out.
Okay, so let's say num. I think int, and then colon or something.
No,
how do we say? Just int, but
int
space.
Variable name.
Variable name. So let's say num.
Yeah.
Number. No, it will be confusing. Add some. Chalo num here.
To add or whatever. Yeah.
Num to add. Is this fine? Like I'm very worried about the conventions in any new language.
No, it's correct. It's correct. So everything conventions are more like TypeScript. So yeah.
Okay. So
this is awesome.
This now is fine. So we deploy again.
No. 1 second. First of all, delete the line number 9.
So how do we comment here? Is this comment?
Yes, this is a comment.
So for folks who are watching, I just pressed command / like this is what I used for my Mac. On Windows, it will be control plus / so that you don't feel like there's some magic which I did. I just pressed these two keys. Nothing else. Okay, so commented this, right? Cool. Awesome. So now do we deploy this?
Yes. I know you're hungry, but I want you to keep note of a few things before we do that again.
Okay.
Left-hand side where you see deployed contracts, right?
Right.
So वापस hide कर दो. No, don't click the cross. Yeah, just tap it. So I just want you to remember let's say the last 3 digits of this, like 138.
Which one? 138. Okay.
Just copy that again. Copy that and paste it. Yeah, now it looks very similar to the account address that we had earlier, right?
Right.
It looks very similar to your username that we were talking about.
Right.
Right. So just one nitpick over here, not a nitpick, important detail is that every user has an account.
Okay.
And every program also has an account.
Okay.
So now this program that we've written by default can also store money.
Okay.
So we'll see how to store money a little later. But what I want you to remember is this contract has a username of this 138 that you've written online. So it's called address. The technical term is address, but username is the Web2 equivalent. Yeah.
Okay. This sounds good.
Now let us compile again.
So deploy or compile? Okay, we have to compile again.
Yes, you have to compile again.
Compile.
Yeah, it compiled. Now
modifying. How did you know it compiled?
So when it is compiling, that arrow over there rotates. Just tap on compile again. It started rotating, and before it just compiled really quick. So
okay. Yeah, cool. So then we go to deploy again.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then we deploy. One thing I want everyone to notice is that warnings can be ignored, even the red warnings. So when a programmer sees red, it means like error, but here red is warning. So just want to see it's working for us.
So
will work for
the
you.
red warning is actually a very good warning, but it's a little advanced topic which we will touch upon a little later. We should
Okay.
not have red warnings. Definitely, you're right.
Definitely. Cool. So deploy again.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, go.
Awesome. Now
Okay.
it's been deployed again. Great.
Right.
Before we do anything else, I want you to see that there are two contracts now. One is
Right.
138, which we had before, and now there
Right.
is BE8, is it? Yeah,
Yeah.
BE8. Now we have deployed a new contract. So you cannot upgrade any contract that you've written. Once you've deployed onto smart contract,
Okay.
onto the blockchain, you cannot update it. The only way to update it is like to deploy a new contract with a new address, everything new.
Right.
So that is why before people deploy like important applications to Ethereum, they usually spend $1 or $2 million in getting it verified. कि सब सही है कि नहीं.
$1 or $2 million.
Yes. This is called auditing, and it's a huge scope. Like if there are people in your audience who love security, auditing is a huge market in the crypto world. Yeah, but yeah, super important. Like once you deploy something, it's immutable. You can never change it.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Now let's expand the deployed contract. Yeah, now you see against that button, now you also have the parameter.
I can add 42
Yes.
and then transact with the function directly.
No. Tap on hello
No.
now. Tap on hello.
Tap on hello now. Okay.
Yeah. Now if you expand the output, decoded output, you see 84.
It's 84. Awesome. Great.
Yeah. So this is what we're doing over here. Now, okay, so how do you want to do this, Tanay? Do you want to like build on top of Hello World for a little while before we dive into kudos,
Yes.
or do you want to like dive?
Yeah, I think we should cover, like we covered how to take input and how to show output, right? The basics of programming here. We should also cover how to save some data, right? Let's build the basic principles first and then start building the app after that. Because I think even I'll be faster building the app after that, right? And nothing will be new. So whatever you think we have to build the kudos app. Kudos app will have what? It will take kudos as input, right? It will save it somewhere, and there will be a way to see what kudos have been shared or are there, right? So I think let's build the basic input, output, save, and then go and build the kudos app. Does that sound okay to you, Madhavan?
For sure.
Cool. Go ahead.
So okay, let's go back to our contract now. Okay, so let us define what is called a state variable, right? So
how do I do that?
Just enter over there, and just like a class variable, you say int starting number.
Starting number.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Semicolon.
Semicolon is important or not? Tell me.
It is.
It is okay. In JavaScript, it is not. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Cool.
So let us now set a starting number. Let's create a function that says set starting number.
Okay. Function set starting number in starting number. Does this return anything?
No.
So like this. Did I do something wrong? Tell me.
No, you're doing amazing.
Okay. Cool.
You might want to use a different parameter name because it might be disambiguated.
Confusing, yeah. So we can say start num. That would be okay.
Yeah.
And so we say starting number equals start num.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Yeah. So now instead of inside hello, what we'll do is like make it 42 ke badle starting number.
Starting number plus num to add. Okay.
Yeah. Fair. So now couple of things. Is starting number is called a state variable.
Okay.
Right. And state variable is like directly accessible across all the functions, just like what you've just done.
Okay.
Yeah. We can now compile it and try to.
just changing this because it will bother. So add to starting number. Let's do this.
Sure.
Much easier. Let's see public returns int.
Do you mind a naming convention nitpick here?
Yes, please do. Please.
So starting add to starting number might represent that you're updating the starting number, but here we're not updating the starting number. We're just returning. So it's like get get something, right? Get
updated.
Yeah, get updated. No,
but it's not updated.
Yeah,
it's not updated. So just get num num sum starting number.
Yeah. Yes.
Because that's the sum, right? Get sum.
Maybe just get some or whatever. Yeah.
Get some starting number, or just get some is also fine.
Yes, perfect.
Let's keep it small. Yeah, get some. Yeah. Okay. Let's get some.
I'll also tell you why I specifically picked on this because it's going to be useful going forward.
Sure.
Yeah. So let's go through the same motions once more. Compile.
Let's see. Compile is done. No error. So we go to deploy and we close this and then we deploy again. Deploy. So deployed. Now I open this and there is get sum and there is set starting number. So first we'll call set starting number.
Yes.
With a number 21 this time, just for fun. So I'm calling set starting number. Now with that, if it is called, I think int decoded input true. I don't see the starting number.
Decoded output is the return.
Sorry. So no return is there. So because we didn't return anything, right?
Correct.
So we are assuming now that the starting number is set, but it's kind of a private variable to the entire kudos system. So we can't see it directly here. Makes sense. In that case, let's do get
some 0 first to just see if the starting number is correctly set.
Love the approach. Okay. So do we get some 0 and then we get 21? Yes. So the starting number is set as 21 already.
Yeah. So maybe like just for fun, if you just want to add a couple of other numbers,
Let's see if it is 42 again. 42 being my favorite number. I don't know why. So 42, right?
Yeah. Awesome. So now the thing to note over here is we did not do any authentication saying who can update this number or who can call this function or anything like that. Like Remix gave you this interface, but everybody in the world will have access to this interface. The moment you deploy it onto Ethereum, everybody, like your audience, we'll see in a little bit how your audience can also start playing around with the same function without you having to approve or reject anything.
Awesome.
Great. So now we have introduced this concept called a state variable. Now, if you go back to your compile wala section, we will now resolve a warning, the red wala one. Yes. So it says function state mutability can be restricted to view. What this means is line number 10, right? Our function gets some. So when we saw earlier, so when you deployed the function or the contract for the first time, we spent money, right? You have to spend money only when you're writing to the database. Okay. And reading from the database is always free.
Okay.
Yeah. So whenever you're deploying a contract, that means you're writing something to the database, the Ethereum database. Or when you're calling set starting number, you are writing to the database saying, hey, this is the starting number. Now this has to persist over time.
Right.
Function get some, you're not writing anything to the database. Right?
Yes.
You're not updating any state variable.
Right.
Right. Just to contrast that, on line number 7, you're updating the state variable.
Yep.
In the function get some, you're not updating anything. So you can call it like updating the state variable.
State variable. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, this is the write function. Then and on line number 11 is more like a read operation. So only read.
Right.
So as we discussed earlier, only writing costs money, whereas reading is supposed to be free. And to tell Ethereum that, hey, I am looking to use this function for free and I'm not updating any state variable, there's a special keyword called view.
View.
So instead of public, after public, you write view.
After public, or I remove public?
No, after public.
After public, okay. View.
Yeah. So that is exactly what our warning is telling us. Hey, function state mutability can be restricted to view. Basically, the compiler has detected that, boss, you're not updating any state variable over here. Why are you paying unnecessarily?
Right.
To call this function. So that's what the warning is saying. Now, if you compile, that warning should go away.
But if just a question, if I'm not paying for storage, who is paying for the compute?
No, so we always pay for storage.
But this is also a compute action, right? So compute is on the house.
On the house.
Okay. I like that house. So compiling this, okay?
Compiling this. Yeah. Now your warning should not exist. The red warning should not exist. Yeah.
Yes.
We have another thing, but that's okay. We'll come to it later.
Awesome. So let's take like a 5-minute, 3-minute quick break, and let's go through the comments which are there, right? And before we move on to the next thing, I think we did the storage. We want to do the storage even better, where we keep persisting storage. We are not updating it right now. We are updating it just once. We are not updating it next time, right? So that's the next thing which we'll do. But before that, let's see some of the comments and what questions folks have. And if you want to answer those, let's take some of those, right?
Sure. Okay, most of these are. I hope people are able to see everything clearly on the.
How to test run without deploying, or deploying is the only way? How to test run without deploying, or deploying is the only way? Arpit Rathi is asking, Madhavan.
I am more of a fan of like running it on the real system first. Of course, you can write test cases and all, but we might do it in a different session. We won't cover that today because that's a different stack that we'll have. But yeah, you can write test cases on Solidity as well. Just in fact, people over here might have used Mocha or Chai or something like that for testing. It's the exact same framework. You can actually use Chai over here.
Awesome. I think one other good question is, which Abhinav Reddy Merigu is asking. So people can only run this program, but not see what's in the program. Like, would they be able to see the code as well when it's deployed?
Yes.
They will be.
All the code is public. Let me share. Let's take a break from programming also. Let's have a look at what it looks like in the real world, right?
Yeah. You want to share the screen?
Okay, sure.
Or you can just send me the link and I'll open it here if you want. That would be much better for me.
Okay, fine. I'll share you the code. The link.
This is a good question. I'm going to answer this. Let me know if I'm wrong. So Saurav is asking, what if two developers write two functions with same name and params? Which one gets called in the blockchain? So Saurav, I think the answer is that the programs are different by their address. So you are not calling the program, you're calling the address. Right, Madhavan?
Exactly. That is exactly what we're going to look at. I just sent you a link on the chat over here.
Chat. Okay, just opening it.
So somebody has deployed a contract called Uniswap, right? And you will see in the link itself, there is address / something, right? Is
this one? Yes.
Yeah, just like our address on Remix, it's very similar, 0x something. So you are spot on. Hey, now this is the contract with which we will be interacting when we have a function call. Niche, you will see a tab called contract.
Contract. This
Niche,
one?
Niche.
This one here.
Yes.
Okay.
So here you see the code.
Okay. So you can see this.
Is by default open sourced. As we discussed earlier, nothing on blockchain is going to be
hidden.
Everything is public, not just your source code, but the data that is stored onto the database is also public. Right. So now this is a contract. So right now, Tanay, what we are doing on Remix is we are deploying onto a dummy blockchain.
Okay.
Right? We've not yet started deploying to the real blockchain. So what we are looking at over here is the real blockchain. Like this is a code that has been deployed onto the real blockchain. And now, on the top, do you see code, read contract, write contract?
Where?
उसके just next line पे थोड़ा सा ऊपर.
Read contract. Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Na?
So
Okay.
tap on that. So these are all the functions which are of type view.
Okay.
Like you can expand one of them, or these have parameters over there. So these are functions with these parameters, and yeah, you can call these functions free of cost.
Okay.
That tab on get amount, and maybe you can. It does not have that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, these are all functions, right? Like you can call the functions. Who deployed this function? This contract? We don't know, but we're able to call the functions.
We don't know. Like there would be an address of someone who is deploying the contract.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Let's go up. Let's scroll to the top.
Okay. Creator. This one.
Yes. So you don't know who this person is, but you just know that they have a contact address.
Got it. Got it. So
Sorry, they have a
anonymity
user
is
address. Yeah.
okay. Okay. This looks nice.
Basically,
Okay.
what so these are the read functions, and the write functions are the non-view wale functions.
Why does it say connect to Web3?
Yeah, we'll come to it later.
We'll come to it. Okay.
You need to connect to the database. You need to connect to the blockchain first before you can write onto it.
So basically, I need to connect because it's open in my tab. That's why it's showing it, right? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Like
Cool.
now Ethereum needs to know, okay, boss, now everybody in the world can write to the database, but how do I identify who is trying to write? So you need to connect first from your username saying, hey, okay, Tanay is now trying to make this update.
Okay. Okay. This
But
sounds
yeah,
cool.
we'll do all that. We'll do all that.
Okay. So what next? How to call this function in our program? Strohit is asking how to call these functions in our program. So I think the question, I could be wrong. The question is coming is, can we use these contracts in our program? Like, is there a way to, like in Node.js, you import libraries?
Yes.
Is there a way to import these programs as well somehow?
There is. It is a little advanced topic, I would say.
We'll do it later then.
Do it in the next session,
Yeah.
probably. But it's a good point. It's a good point. Of course, there are ways to import as well. There is a way to extend other functions. So all of those nice oops wale concepts are all going to be there.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So let's get back to our work. Just wanted to also do a quick time check on. So we are 1 hour into the live. I generally, when I do live, I give like a 5-minute break for water and everything because people would want to get bio break. So we can take a bio break now, Madhavan, and then get back to coding again, right? So let me set a timer and I'll keep the live open for people to come in. So timer for 5 minutes. And let's take a break and then come back in just 5 minutes from now. Okay.
Sure. Awesome.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Bang. We are back. Hey, Madhavan, I hope you had a great break.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you all right. You can hear me all right, right? Okay.
Yes. So there was a very good question from Aarti. I just want to take that question before we begin. She is asking, how do we find contracts that we want? For example, we have GitHub to find applications and code. How to search for available contracts?
So the link that I sent you, right? Etherscan Drive.
This one.
Yeah, this is the one. You can search over here. So Uniswap. I went here and I searched for Uniswap. UNISWAP.
Okay.
Yeah, and just
this one.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So this is how you search Bharti. This is, my God, there are just so many questions. Folks from questbook, please help us answer these questions in the comments. This is lovely. Before we begin the second round, I think you all should check out questbook, right? And the Discord they have is very, very helpful. And all your questions will be answered, right? I'm only hearing great things about questbook Discord. So you can join Discord here. This is questbook. My colleague Krati is also there. She is helping out everyone. See, Krati Jain. Krati and I work together in Microsoft Teams team, actually.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Small world. Krati is amazing. Like, yeah, she is probably one of the smartest Web3 engineers now.
She's definitely one of the smartest engineers I know, irrespective of technology. She's great.
Of course. Just wanted to emphasize the fact that she is now into Web3 very, very deep. Kind of, you should definitely follow her. She keeps tweeting great stuff, not just about Web3, but also a lot of, mentorship. A lot of people have benefited from talking to her and her podcast.
Coming to Krati, this is what we are going to make, something similar, right, Madhavan? So you want to tell us what we have in store for everyone, what we are making in the subsequent sessions.
Yeah, so this profile picture that you're looking at is what is called in the Web3 world as a PFP. Okay, I forgot what PFP stands for. Something profile picture, whatever. And this particular profile picture has a few attributes, right? So you can see the Indian flag over there. Right. You can see Mac OS written. You also see SLP something. So there are a few attributes to this profile picture, and this is an NFT. You might have heard of NFTs and all trading like crazy on the internet, but what is more important is now this is Krati's NFT. Now Krati is an Indian who uses Mac OS, and this is unique to her. Nobody else in the world owns this same set of icon, the same color, the same way that the NFT looks. Everybody now, Tanay, if you go and create a NFT from the same place that Krati created, yours will look completely different, right? So this is what we're going to create. Like everybody will have their own NFT, and what we are building is a kudos NFT. So if Tanay says, "Hey, Madhavan knows Solidity," which I hope he does, then I will have an NFT that will probably have something to do with Tanay's name. It will have Madhavan's name, and it will probably have Solidity. So now everybody in the world, because the data is public, everybody in the world now knows that, hey, Tanay appreciates Madhavan's Solidity skills.
Exactly. So this is what we are making. And we will take few sessions to build this, the back end, the front end, everything. And I have to learn a lot to make this as an ambitious project. But the idea is that if we decentralize kudos, it might help in decentralizing hiring, right? So everyone can get kudos from everyone. And then someone from you all who is learning with us will build an app which would go into this data, query this data, and Madhavan will teach us how to query this data in the third session, I feel. So query this data and say someone is looking for a CSS engineer or a React engineer, or an Angular engineer, and an Angular engineer who has got like 10 kudos and one of that is from Tanay, then it's much easier to hire that person. It's very much like how you do Airbnb, right? Airbnb does the checking. Instead, what we are doing is we are saying folks at Microsoft, Flipkart, Unacademy, folks who are already in great jobs, in great roles, they are doing the kudos, and you will share this on Twitter, you will share this on LinkedIn, you will share it everywhere, and this will be again very much your asset, very much your digital asset, part of your digital identity. So I'm very excited about making this. So what's the next step around making this, Madhavan? What should I do now? Tell me.
Okay, so now I think we're done with Hello World. Let's
Yes.
get to the more interesting stuff.
Yes, let's go.
So now let's actually start building the kudos, right?
Right.
So first of all, let us define what our kudos is going to look like, right?
Okay.
Like, what are the parameters? Number one, who is giving this kudos? Tanay is giving Madhavan kudos on Solidity.
Does
right?
this work if I write anything? Yeah. Yes. Cool. So you go ahead and I'll keep typing all of this.
Yeah. Who is giving? Who is receiving?
Receiving. Okay. I hope the spelling is right.
I think it is I, but okay. Anyways, I before an E except after C. Something like that, right? Or vice versa. I don't know.
Whatever it is, we know it is.
Okay, I might be wrong. God damn.
Let's.
I like that.
Who is giving? Who is getting? And what? Right.
Forward. Yeah, maybe.
Forward. For what? Right. These are the three things which we want to store on the chain.
Yeah. Anything what else? If you want to also store some comments, maybe?
Yes. We thought of that, right? Who, what, giving, get, and some comments also, right? And on the NFT, we will convert these into pictures.
Yes.
And then additional comments, right?
Yes.
Cool.
So now we need to make this into a data structure, right?
Okay.
So now we have to make a few data decisions over here. What kind of query do we want to support? So there are two ideas that I have. Let's see. And both of them will have slightly different data models.
Okay.
And there's nothing specific to Solidity or Web3. It's more like just general data design. Okay. So one option is we want to fetch all the kudos that Tanay has given to Madhavan.
Right.
That's one option.
Get all kudos given by X to Y.
Yes,
right?
This is one option we have. Okay. The second option we have is get all the kudos that Tanay has received
by Y or X. Yes. Okay, cool. Then.
Yes. These are two I can think of. Anything else that you think might be relevant?
Get all people who have received kudos for CSS.
Wow. Okay. Sure.
Okay. All kudos received for CSS on some tech. Just using CSS because CSS is a good skill, and I don't have it.
Yeah, these three are good. Now, question to you, Tanay. Which of these use cases do you want to enable?
Which of these three? I think this one we should start with. Get all kudos received by Y. Why I want this? Because then what happens is if you create a portfolio and you show it to a few people on your Discord or on my Discord, and people give kudos, we put it on the blockchain, and you can put that thing, those NFTs, on your portfolio itself, saying, hey, like I have my students now, right? Meesho, Flipkart, everywhere, Unacademy and all. So I think they would want to give kudos to students who are junior to them, and I want to show the juniors, you have all of it on your portfolio.
Great.
So this one.
Sure. So let's go with 2.
Okay.
And also you'll notice that we will have to create the data models in such a way that we're able to enable this particular query.
Right.
So yeah, we have to make a few trade-offs. Cool. So let's do this. So what will the structure look like? So let's say on MongoDB, if you were putting it up, you would
Okay.
say, hey, this is the index,
Right.
and find all um, find all documents where receiver is Y. That's
Right.
the thing that you
So
would
in
write.
that case, let me try this on the MongoDB. In that case, kudos would have become a document, right? And inside the kudos, we would have something like, this database wherein we would have who, string, whatever string, comments, right? And whom, right? Who is giving? So
From.
by whom or
By.
from? Thank you. From, yeah. So this would be there, and since we want to query on the whom, I would create an index on this so that this is much faster, right? So how do we do this here?
Yeah. So now what we are going to do is create a dictionary. So let's see how we'll do this in Python, right? So in Python, what you would do is, or in JavaScript, you would say, hey, yeah, you'll create a dictionary, right? And in which the index is the who.
Who, right? The
who and map to what from and comments.
What from comments. Right.
Yeah, this makes sense?
Right, makes sense.
Cool. So this is what we're going to recreate on Solidity, line 53 to 57.
Okay.
So if you go back to our contract, let's start writing code.
So should I delete all of this?
Yeah.
Just let's get rid of all the junk now. And would have loved it if so is there a GitHub integration so that I can keep committing these stuff so that people who are watching later can view this, or where can they see the code? Or I think the code is there, right? In the deployed contracts, the code is there. Will it be accessible to everyone?
No, it won't be accessible to everyone yet, because we've not deployed it to the actual chain. It's only deployed to your local kind of chain.
No, I get your point. Cool. It's okay then. I think it's in the video, but it would just have been more easier for for everyone to have an access to the code, so that if they are struggling, they can see what is wrong. It's my practice to make things more beginner friendly.
It makes a lot of sense.
Let me do this. This will take like 1 second for me. Let me just keep putting the code in one of the gists, right?
Sure.
Description. What's today? Today is 21st November. We are doing Web 3.2. 3.0 session 1. File name is kudos.sol. This is hello world. Let's say hello world. It's much easier for people who are watching later, and when they're trying, they're getting stuck. So having all of this there would help them get started very easily. So this is it. Let me just create a secret gist for now, and Web 3.0 session with questbook, so that it's much easier for people to search, and it's on my gist, create secret gist. This is the link. I'll put this in the chat. How do I put this in the chat? Paste here. Amazing. Mac OS is just, I copied it from my Mac, pasted it on my iPad, and it was right there. Pasted it on the chat. So cool. So kudos to Mac for that. So now I'm going to delete this. I'm leaving contract kudos because we are going to use that same word.
Yeah.
And right, go ahead.
So first we need to define a dictionary. So the dictionary in Solidity is called mapping.
Mapping. Okay. How do I write that? Just like this? Mapping?
Yeah, mapping. Yeah. Okay. Now in parentheses, in rounded brackets, rounded
brackets. Okay. Explain to me, sometimes there's rounded brackets and sometimes there's curly braces. How do we know when to put what?
Oh, so now we are defining defining the mapping. What is the key? What is the value? Data types. So we are right now defining data types. That's why we're using these rounded brackets.
So is mapping like a function to Solidity, or is that some science behind this?
No. This is a data type. Like it's a primitive.
Okay. Cool. So mapping.
Yeah, mapping. So our what is our key? The key is is to whom we are giving, right?
Right.
That's what we decided. So how do you identify a person in Solidity or in Ethereum?
With the address.
Yes, with the address. So the
Right.
data type of the key is address.
Okay, so we say who, right?
No, no, not yet, not yet. It's
not
just
yet.
address.
So just say just say address.
Yes.
This one. That's
yes.
it.
And is equal to and greater than. Basically, make an arrow with this. And yeah.
Okay.
And now we need to have a structure that will be defined by what we had the parameters, right? Like comment, what, all that stuff. Yeah, all these
This
guys.
one. Okay.
Yes.
All
Yeah, so we need to create a structure.
Okay. So how do we do that?
Yeah.
This one?
No. We'll have to define the structure alag se. So outside the contract,
Okay.
you define a structure, struct.
Struct or structure?
Struct.
Okay.
Let's call it a kudo.
Struct kudo. Okay.
Yeah, usually use a capital for structs.
Kudo. Okay.
And yeah, inside this. So now, what were the things that we had?
What? Let me just copy this. What from comments? Right.
Yes. So now let's just define the data types for each of these. So what is going to be
is colon okay?
No, semicolon, right? Like uske pehle data type before what?
Before what? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Data type. So it's like string.
String. Okay.
And what ke baad semicolon do?
What ke baad semicolon de do? De diya.
Cool. Same way now. From what is going to be the data type of from?
Address.
Yes, it's an address because we're going to give it to some person.
Okay. And comments.
And yeah, comments also going to be a string.
String. Okay, this makes sense. Can we? I like this, but the problem. Okay, so I wanted to have string with something like with a struct, so that people can. But then string is fine. Why I was thinking is if you have a data type for what, then the queries would be much easier and people would not do random kudos. But then the problem is if we want to add something, we can't add to this program. So then you have to deploy a new program every time you change. I think that is very hard to wrap my head around that. If you want to update your program, it's just gone. Right?
Yeah,
like it's so easy with Web 2.0, tanaypratap.com is the address. Anytime you go, the new program will wait for you. But this is weird, to be honest. How this works. Okay,
that's
cool.
also a really good point, Tanay. And you have to be cognizant of making such design decisions in Solidity because of this fact. This just to also jargonize a little bit this is called immutability. Right. In Solidity, like once you write a code, it is immutable in nature. So yeah, we have to make design decisions. Keeping in mind that, boss, look, you cannot update this later. If you want to add CSS, you want to add JavaScript as a possible kudo. No, you have to design it in such a way upfront, and we'll just keep it open-ended for now.
Yeah. Let's keep it open-ended. For the address from is this a keyword?
From is a keyword.
Yeah. So we need to come up with some other name. From synonym. Among made miss nahi yaar. Whom kar deta hu fir, but it will be address.
Whom maybe.
Giver kar deta hu yaar, theek hai.
Perfect. Super. Now going back to line number 5. So we are creating a dictionary in which the key is an address and the value is a struct.
Okay.
Actually, usually the way to write this is all on the same line.
This one.
Line 4 to 6.
Okay. Good to know that.
Because it's always going to be short. Basically, what this entire thing that you just defined, right? Like mapping address kudo. Mm-hmm. This is the data type. Sorry.
Right.
So and now after that, you need to give the variable name, just like the state variable that we had earlier created.
Got it now. So this will be what?
All kudos.
Mapping.
All kudos.
This is all kudos we say, or something like a kudo list? All kudos is better naming. All kudos. Go ahead. Okay.
So remember, like earlier we had done integer starting number, which was a state variable, and this is the same thing, just a different data type.
So this one we did, right? And instead of doing this, now int is being replaced by this entire thing, which is like a data type, and then starting number is being replaced by all kudos now. So, and also semicolon, because this is important. This is not JavaScript anymore.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. What next?
Awesome. So now, what's the first thing that we'll do? We'll say give kudos, right?
Okay. So we will go and say a function.
Did you also want to do one more interesting thing here? Along with the kudos, whenever you're giving kudos, you not only give a kudo, but you also like can give a tip, right? Hey, Tanay, you learned CSS really well. Why don't we also? I'll also give you like $10. Great job, or $100. Great job.
Oh, okay. Where is that money coming from?
Yeah. I want to like also include that because it will explain to your viewers that hey, there's also money in this. That's possible if you want. That's like. Okay. Do you want to do it?
I'm open to it. Not sure how that will come up in the community, but
it's okay. No, never mind. That's all right.
Yeah, let's not go the tip or the money way right now. I'm very averse to it. Right.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool.
So the first thing we'll do is give a kudo. Let's create that function. Give kudos.
So I need to go back and see once my own thing function something public. And then returns also. Okay, cool. So this is how you type function give kudos, and then you say what it will take. It will take what? The entire kudo thing, right? The data type would.
No, you cannot define it as the parameters are not structs.
Okay, makes sense. So it will be string what comma like this.
Yes.
Okay, and then address will be string, but. Or how
address is a data type. It's a
address data type. It will be converted into this. Okay, cool. Giver, and then string comments, right? This is how it is written, and then we say public.
Yeah.
And what does it return? It returns nothing, right?
It need not return anything.
It's not. Okay, cool. So this is basically give kudos. So we take the kudos. We use the struct again to typecast something, or we just add to the mapping directly to the all kudos?
Hey, sorry, I think I made one small mistake. Line number 4, it's not going to be addressed to kudo because we want like all the kudos received by a particular person. So it needs to be a list of kudos, right? Address to list of kudos. So you just put that in square braces.
Address to list of kudos.
Right?
Okay. No. I think what mistake we are making here is then this will be only for one person, right? We need a list of this mapping. Acha. Oh, so the dictionary is mapped.
Yes.
Got it. My bad. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. So, cool. So this will get me all the kudos for Tanay.
Right. So for folks, if you want to visualize this, visualization process would look like this. Visualize data structure, and it's always a good practice if you're getting into coding like how I am right now, to visualize how your data structure would look like. So this would look like something, Tanay has got this kudos, and this would be a list of kudos. Now this is basically one where what is say web 3.0, which who has given me? Madhavan has given me. So giver would be Madhavan, and it will be an address like the 03x, 0x something.
Yeah.
And the string would be good job on getting started. Right. So this is what it would look like. Am I right, Madhavan?
Yes, exactly this.
Okay. So this is how it will look like. And
instead of Tanay also it will be 0x something.
Yeah, 0x something. Just helping people to visualize this. Something, and then there will be more like this. So if tomorrow, say Krati also trusts my web 3.0 skills, so she can say come here and say Krati, and then this number will change somehow somewhere. because this will be a unique address for everyone. And then string can be same or something else. You have come a long way from Microsoft. Okay. So this is how it would look. So that anytime I want to query this structure saying, hey, how many kudos or what kudos Tanay has got, we can get this, and this data structure will come. And if you want to filter it only for Web 3.0, then you can filter it for the what again. I think it's a filter function which we need to use then. This looks good. This is coming out pretty well. I'm understanding it at least, and I'm the audience proxy, right? So I should understand first. This is good. So let's go ahead.
Sorry, on line number 4, small syntax issue. Kudos ke baad square braces.
Kudos ke baad. This is kudo.
Not kudo inside square braces, after kudo square braces.
Here.
After kudo, like kudo ka, it's a.
Oh, it's an array. This one.
Array.
Okay. This is the cool.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So now, there's one more correction that I need to make. I'm just thinking whether we should do it right now or a little later. Okay, we'll do it a little later.
Okay.
There's an optimization we can do here. Okay, so now first of all, let us create a kudo, right? Like, okay, somebody's given all these 3. You also need to accept the parameter as to kisko dena, like whom do you want to give this to?
What giver strings comment the string?
Address to whom?
Address.
No, I meant the data type. Data type will be address.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Thank you. Address to whom? This is a very new database data type to me, right? I never interacted with this. So
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you have to imagine like address always to be like username. So it's a primitive in Solidity. Cool. So now let us create a variable over here. Let's call it kudo, like first the data type kudo, capital K, yeah.
Kudo.
And well, kudo with a small k.
Kudo. Okay.
Yeah. Now we need to create a new kudo, capital K, and in rounded brackets. Let us give what, giver, and comments, right?
This will work.
Yes.
Awesome.
There are a lot of things that won't work right now, but we will correct it as we go.
Okay.
So first let's just compile it. We've written a lot of code. Let's just compile and see kahan pe error aa raha hai.
Okay. Cool. So compiling this. बहुत कुछ पड़ेगा. सब सिलेंगे फिर अपन. No contract compiled yet. Why is this not compiling?
Because there's an error over there.
Data location.
Data location. Yeah, memory. Okay, fine. I'll come to this. We need to fix this.
Okay. Data location must be memory. Data location must be storage memory or call data. Line number 7. This is.
All of them are same, right?
Right.
The data location must be storage for line number 7. Okay. Yeah. Great. Now this is a tricky thing, but I want you to like trust me on this for a little while.
Okay.
So string ke baad use the keyword memory.
Which string ke baad? This string?
Both the strings in the parameters.
Memory.
Yes, I'll tell you briefly what it means, right? Dusra maybe. So now when Ethereum is running your code, right? So there are 2 stacks. The 2 stacks are called memory and storage. Okay. Memory is basically, you can think of them equivalent to like call by value versus call by reference, those kind of things. Right? This is like call by value. Okay. Right. Key. Now this is going to be only in the memory for a very brief period of time, and after the thing has gotten executed, it will be removed out of the memory. Okay. So we don't want this. We don't want this to persist. Right. The parameter itself. So that's why we use memory. There's another data type. Another data location called storage, which is more persistent in nature. We will come to that a little later. So there are different use cases for it. Okay. So right now we don't want parameters to kind of persist. So we're going to call it memory.
Okay.
Yeah. And the same way on line number 7, we're going to say memory kudo. Like kudo is also going to be in memory.
This one here.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So now, if you notice, you did not have to tell memory or not memory for something like address.
Right.
Right. Why is that? That is because address is always of the fixed length. Right. If you go down, we had pasted it somewhere.
Yep. I removed it.
Oh, you remember. Okay. Anyway, like
here.
oh,
No,
that's
moved
okay.
it everywhere.
Basically, address is fixed size.
This one.
Yeah, it's always of
Yeah.
this length. I think 32 characters or something. Always of the fixed length. So Solidity by default knows how long this is going to be.
Right.
Same with integer. Right?
Same with
Integer also it knows whether 256 bits or like 64 bits, whatever, depending on what you define. But string ke liye Solidity does not know.
Right.
Or even for the structure that you've created, Solidity does not know because you could have anything in the structure.
Yep.
So whenever Solidity does not know how big this variable is, now it needs to figure out, hey, where should I allocate this memory to store this variable? So that's when you need to mention whether you have to store it in the the temporary stack or the more permanent stack. So that's where you use memory. So wherever the length of the data is kind of not predefined, you have to mention whether you want it on memory or on storage.
Okay.
That's the perimeter. I know it's a little complex. I'm not going deeper into the specifics, but just broadly saying string ke liye you usually need to define it. For structures, you need to define it. Most other things like integer, address, you don't need to define which part of the stack to store it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. So now let's compile again. I hope these errors should have gone away.
Let's see. Compile. One error. Identifier is not a contract. Kudos, memory kudo. What giver comments? Why? What is what?
Identifier is not a contract. Oh, sorry. I think you should not. You don't have to use the term new there. Can you just try without the new? I think use. Let's just try this compile. Okay. I have not been.
Works.
Okay, cool. I did not try this earlier. I should have tried it. So
okay.
the reason you actually one of your audience asked the question, right? Like, can I use other functions from other contracts?
Right.
So you use the keyword new to refer to a new contract.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right? Like, yeah, so that's what new is for. So you can let's say there was a contract called Tanay. So you can say new Tanay and then call Tanay.hello or Tanay.set starting number or whatever like that. That's what the new keyword is for. Now, okay, now we have created an object. You created an object of type kudo.
Right.
Yeah.
This one.
Yes. So now, great. So now we have to push it onto our
mapping.
All kudos. Yes.
Right.
So let's go to next line. All kudos. Who?
Am I doing it right?
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
Dot push. No, dot push.
Dot push. Okay. Oh, because this is an array on this. Right.
This kudo.
Push a kudo. Let me quickly try to explain what I understood from this code for folks who are new. So basically what we are doing is we are searching in the all kudos, this structure. This is actually a bigger structure. Let's visualize this even better. Wow. So basically this is what all kudos is. Inside this, there is this for Tanay. There is also one for, let me see, for Hitav maybe. And this is for Hitav. So right. So now when the kudos is coming for Tanay, we need to search Tanay from the database first. So we did that first. Here we search for Tanay here. So this is in the all kudos database. So this is your all kudos database. In the all kudos data structure, search for Tanay. And for Tanay, you will get an array. In that array, push this new kudo. Right? That's what we are saying to the program. search for Tanay in the all kudos and push the new kudo in that array. Right, Madhavan? Come back.
Hey, I was just looking at the comments to see if there are any questions, but yeah, you're right. Like this is exactly what we're doing.
Okay.
And so thing to note over here. Thing to note over here is we are making an update to a state variable. Right. So we cannot use the term view.
Right.
So this is something that we will have to pay for when we have to update anything.
Right.
Cool. So with this, let us try to compile, deploy, and actually give somebody a kudo.
Compiler data is modifying.
Done. Oh, yeah. Like if it is compiling, that those two arrows will rotate for some time.
Okay.
If it stops rotating, it means it's like compiled.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yes, let's go
to deploy this.
You can delete all of these kudos. You can X them.
Delete.
Yeah.
And then deploy.
Yes, sir.
Deploying done. So if I go here, I can give kudos to someone.
Yeah.
Right.
You can expand the drop down.
Oh, nice. So I can give it to someone. But now, like, this is not on real chain, so I can't give it to like a real person right now.
Yeah, okay. You can't give it to a real person, but let's scroll to the top and get another address. Grab another address. Yeah. Select something else. Copy that address. And
yeah. So this is. So we have who to give to. This is who and what. So we say something, let's say CSS. Then we say giver. Now, where is my address? You told me in the starting.
Again,
you have
to the top. Yeah, scroll to the top again. So we are deploying it with the one that has 99. Yeah.
So this is my address. Okay. So I'm gonna use my address because I'm giving it. And comments. Great work on made with CSS. Okay. Tweet it. Okay, this is good.
Yeah.
Should I transact? Yeah. So I should transact now?
Yeah.
Okay, so transacting. Oh, nice. Very nice. So we have this on the who string what CSS address string comments, great work on made with CSS, tweet it. Okay, so what next? We read this now?
Yeah, so we've not written a read function, so we can't really read it. But yeah, now you've successfully stored it onto the database. Yeah, before we read anything that we wrote onto the database, I want to call out a major vulnerability that we've introduced into our code.
Okay.
Right. Now, as we discussed a little earlier, once you deploy the code, now anybody in the world can call this function.
Right?
So you are saying, hey, who, what, giver, and comments. These are four parameters that you're taking. Four parameters that you're taking.
Right.
Now, even I can call this function, and I can paste in the giver ka variable, giver ka parameter. I can paste your parameter.
Right.
And I can say, hey, Tanay has given me amazing super duper CSS mega star or something like that.
Right.
And give it myself.
Right.
But you don't want that to happen. You want to make sure that only Tanay is able to give the kudos from this account from 0x5b3.
Right.
Right. Now, how do we do that? Like, how do I make sure only Tanay is giving the kudos from Tanay's account? Right?
Okay.
So, does that make sense? Does that question make sense?
It does definitely, right? Like if Facebook allows everybody to comment, then I will always comment from Elon Musk account, right? Hey, Tanay is doing a great job. He's gonna change the world, right? So it makes sense that Elon Musk comments from Elon Musk account. So I totally makes sense. Go ahead.
So now what we need to do is, hey, we can't accept this as a parameter anymore.
Right.
So first of all, we'll remove parameter.
The giver parameter here.
No more giver parameter. That's a vulnerability. But you still need to know, hey, who is giving this? Yeah, kudo wale data structure. Maybe we have a giver. Like, how do we know who is giving it?
Right.
So now I'll introduce one more type of a variable called a global variable.
Okay.
Right. So
how do I do that? here?
No. So global variable is not something that is in the control of the programmer. It's like global at Ethereum level.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right. So that's a global variable called MSG. So inside the function itself, you can write MSG,
MSG
dot sender.
sender.
Yeah. So now there is a global variable called message, MSG,
Okay.
that Ethereum populates for you.
Okay.
So whenever you hit that transact button, right, Ethereum will call the function with the parameters that you defined, and it will also attach one more object called message with that function call. For every function call, it is going to have a message object, like
In the
message
global
object
scope.
in the global scope.
Makes
Right. So
sense.
this is called a global variable.
Makes sense.
There are like a few more parameters inside MSG, but the two things that I want you to know is the message.sender. So Ethereum kind of like does the validation that, hey, the person who's sending this amount is the actual owner of this account and all that stuff, the security stuff it does internally. How does it do it? It uses public key, private key, encryption to make sure this is actually true. And the second thing is there's also something called message.value. And that is how much money you are sending to this function call.
Okay,
Right?
message.value.
Yeah, message.value. We are not going to use that right now,
Right.
but I just want everybody to know that when you're calling a function, you're not only sending the parameters, you're always sending two more additional pieces of information. That is, who is calling this function and how much money am I sending to this function while I'm calling this.
Okay. And
This is something that
Madhavan,
we do in Web3.
and where should we, like, if you want to read about these things, like what's the documentation, the developer documentation people should refer to?
Developer documentation people should refer to. There's not like very good documentation, but you can always go to solidity.readthedocs.io. Solidity read the docs. No.
Docs? No.
Can you? Yeah, read the docs. There you go. Last one. Yeah.
Okay. Solidity.readthedocs.io.
Okay. So as you see, the website is also not able to keep pace with the version. So you need to go to Google is not able to keep pace. So that's why you need to write Pragma on the top always. Just click on like 8.10 there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the place you need to come to.
Google is not able to contracts, cheat sheet. So the one which we are talking about, the message, where do we see about the message?
Okay, where do I see? That's a great question. I've not come here for a long time, but let us try to see if we can. Units and globally available variables.
Globally, where do you see that? Units
Fourth
and globally variable.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here you will see, can you scroll down? Yeah, message dot
data sender sig. Price of the call data, function identifier, and the value number of sent with the message. What is WEI? It's
Wei. So Wei is the smallest denomination of money that you can send. Just like you have rupee and paisa. If Ether is rupee, paisa is Wei.
Okay. Makes sense. Cool. And the
graph. 18 Wei is equal to 1 Ether. Hey, so that also brings me to an interesting point. Solidity is so young that we have still not defined the data type float.
Oh.
There's no float. So the way to represent 1.1 Ether is by saying 1.1 into 10 power 18 Wei.
Okay.
Right. So if you want to say like 0.99 rupees, you will say 99 paise.
Right. Got it.
Makes
sense. Okay. Going back to our development. Thanks for this. I'm gonna keep this here so that I can read it later. This is great. So we have done this part. Now we have message.sender. What next should we do, Madhavan?
Cool. So we don't need to deploy this, right? Like we'll assume that it
Yeah,
just
this
works.
works.
So now let us read. Let us read from the kudo. So let us function get kudo. Okay. Yeah, great. This won't work, but we'll check fix it as we go forward. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. Brilliant. Yes, it's going to be a view. Great, great. Because it's a get, right?
Thank you. So yes, so now we do
You also need to define the return.
return. We defined but returns kudo. List of kudo, right? It will actually return a list of kudo.
Okay. Let's go with this. It won't work,
Okay.
but we'll fix it one by one. There are 2-3 things that we need to know.
Happy to fix it. So what we need is in the all kudos, we need to search for who, and then just return that, and that would work.
Yes, of course it will. Because Tanay is written. Okay. Yeah.
What will not work? Should we compile and do it?
Let's just compile and see what happens, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh no, it doesn't work. How come?
Yes. What happened? Expected this, but get identifier.
First of all, returns is in like rounded brackets.
Returns is like rounded brackets. Okay, this is good. Good learning. Is this better now? Yes. Should I compile
You can just do command S actually. You don't need to go to compile every time. It will auto compile.
What should I do? Command?
Command S.
Command S. Oh, yeah. Okay, nice. Data location must be memory or call data. This one.
Yeah. So okay. First of all, when you're returning, you cannot return a struct. You have to return only primitives.
That is string.
Yeah. So, but in Solidity, luckily, you can return multiple things.
Okay.
Right. So inside returns, we will give string address string.
String.
Comma. Address.
String, comma.
Address. Comma string. So basically, this is like what, giver, and comments.
Oh, okay. What, giver, and comments. But then it will return only one, right? We want all of it.
Correct. That's the other problem that we had. But let's return one kudo first.
So then we return all kudos who, and should I do 0 then to get only the first one?
Yes. And dot what, comma, dot giver, comma, dot comment.
Do we have destructuring here?
Yeah, you can do. Oh no, you don't have destructuring the way that you have it on JavaScript. Like you can just store all kudos of 0 in a particular variable and then do.
And then do that. Okay. Const. Right?
No.
Kudo.
Capital K.
Sorry.
Capital K, kudo, and small k.
Kudo. Thank you for hand-holding me so much. And then return kudo dot. And it's not giving me the option. It's not, the type is not.
Yeah.
So what? Kudo dot what? Comma. Do we do comma or just space? Comma. Okay. Kudo dot giver, comma, kudo dot comments. Okay. So mistakes which I made was this was not possible. So kudo return can't return the list, and then this is there. Okay, cool. Learning every time.
I think all of this has, just see if this compiles. I think you have to put return also into a braces, but let's see.
This. Let's see. Says yes, expected something but got comma. So we need to
put all of this in. No, in rounded brackets.
Okay.
They should compile.
Let's see. Again, type errors.
Yeah. Again, for whenever there's a string, you also need to define where in memory. So you need to define string memory after.
Sorry. String memory. My God, this has some cognitive load, especially when I'm doing it for the first time. But
yes, it does.
It feels good. String memory comments. Okay, cool.
Same for line 12 as well, just the way that we did it on line 7.
line 7, we did kudo memory kudo. Okay, so kudo memory kudo. Cool.
So the thing that I want you to remember is whenever there is a data type that can have variable sizes, you need to use memory or storage. But in this case, memory. And that's the rule of thumb right now.
Okay. So should I compile again?
Yeah.
Yes, it's compiled now.
Awesome. Now it compiled. Now there is once more edit we need to make. That is on line 12, you've hard coded 0.
Yes.
Right. So you cannot return lists. So the way that you usually write such functions in Solidity is get kudos at index.
Get kudos at index.
And also you give the index as a variable.
At index. Okay.
And also one more variable in the parameter index.
So that will be
integer.
Int index. And
so just one again nitpick. This index will never be less than 0, right?
Right.
So you can use unsigned integer. So that is uint.
Okay, awesome. Uint index, and then we
index, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this makes sense. So so whenever, again, this is probably not specific to Solidity, but for this way of writing code, whenever you have get at index, you usually also have get length. Like so the way that you would use this is like you would write a for loop in which for I equal to 0, for I less than what I plus plus, right? So get kudos length maybe.
So we write a function, right?
Yes, one more function that says get
kudos length.
Okay, yeah, get kudos length.
Address who.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then this is again public view returns integer, right? And then we say kudo memory kudo.
Yeah, go for it. Sorry.
All kudos who, and then we can say return kudo dot length. Would that work?
Yes. Great. Perfect, man. This was phenomenal. Good stuff.
Thank you. I had a great teacher.
No, I don't think so. Great. Awesome. So again, nitpick, length can never be less than 0.
Right. So unint again. This one.
Yeah, uint.
Uint. Okay, unsigned it. Okay, cool.
Perfect. That's about it. Let's
compile.
Right. Compile, deploy. Works.
Ooh. No, there is some type error. Kudo ref storage ref is some problem.
Not convertible. Oh, you need to also
what did I do wrong?
So on line 12, all kudos of who will return a string. Oh, sorry, a list of kudos, but you're trying to store it in
kudo.
In kudo.
So then it should be a kudo string, a kudo array.
Yes.
And then this should be
correct.
All kudos for who, something like this.
Yes. Yeah, now you can compile.
Sounds odd, but yeah. So okay. This returns an array of kudo. That's what the mistake we were making. Cool. Makes sense. Declaration, did you mean kudo or kudos? Where is it? Line 13.
All kudos.
All kudos, yes. All kudos for who, right? This is nice. Let's save it again. Yes, this works.
Okay, thankfully. Yeah, awesome. Cool. Now let's deploy it.
Let's deploy it. Why not? So also
you can delete this previous one, maybe. Okay, that's okay. Yeah.
So this one is deployed now?
Yes.
So now I have the addresses here. This is, if I want to see, there would be no kudos for anyone because this is again a fresh start which we have to do.
Correct.
right? So get kudos length if I do on the address, and if I transact,
Not transact. You have to hit get kudos length.
oh, sorry, yes, get kudos length. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Now, hey, one again, new concept over here. Whenever you are calling a view function, you won't have a transaction on the right hand side. You see the output right over there on the left hand side itself.
Okay. So
Because
it
it's
says
a
0.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So it's 0. Now, the problem with this is we made this at index, right? So we need to know get kudos at index. So we need to
For
know
whom?
for
For
whom
whom?
and at what index. Okay. Now I am getting it. So
The
basically,
first-
what we have to do to query this is we have to first find the length, say that length is 20, and then run a for loop, and then
Yes.
take one by one all of it out.
Yes.
And where would we run that code?
Right now, we'll just run it from this UI itself. Ek ek karke we'll do like 20 requests. But in another session, we will probably write a for loop in another function.
Okay, and would we write that inside this? I think
No,
we don't write those in contracts.
No, that we will write in JavaScript when we write the front end.
Okay, makes sense. So
one
what
more
is
thing.
I?
Yes. Of course, you have for loops in Solidity, but usually a red flag, like to use loops inside Solidity, because you don't know how long the loop is going to run, and each function call that you are calling, you are paying, right? So you don't want to have an infinite loop by mistake also.
Get it. So my understanding right now is that Solidity is mostly for the database usage, and then the middleware should go into a middleware piece. So this could be a server which is transacting to and then talking to the front end as well, something like that.
Usually, the way decentralized applications or dApps are made is there is this contract, and that is directly a front end. There's usually no quote unquote back end.
Oh, okay.
So if you go to
so the business logic stays on the front end itself, and it queries for every piece of data.
Yeah. So when you write JavaScript, right? And on our website, JavaScript is also open sourced. Like you can always do command C source code and see JavaScript. And backend code is also the contract code is also always open source. So that's the ethos of crypto. Like everything is open source. Like backend, if you deploy something on Node.js, you can't see what is written on Node.js. So people always try to make only a smart contract and JavaScript or HTML file. Usually there is no backend file per se, but there are some use cases in which it makes sense to have a backend also. But I'm just calling out.
I get your point. I'm just thinking if you have to make something like a Twitter or a Reddit, creating a feed on the user machine by calling all of this, I don't know how that will work out at scale.
Yeah, so you might not build a Twitter using
Web 3.0.
Using Solidity in particular.
Solidity in particular.
Okay. You might use some other programming language, or you might use some other blockchain itself. You might not use Ethereum. There are other blockchains. For example, there's a product called BitClout, which is a Web3 project. It is decentralized Twitter, but it's not built on Ethereum. It's a separate blockchain, a different blockchain.
What blockchain have they built it on?
They built their own blockchain called BitClout.
Okay. Understanding few bits of it, not all of it, but definitely this is very eye-opening, right? Compared to someone who's coming from a Web 2.0 background, I still am failing to see how this is going to replace all the apps which we are using every day. Right?
Yeah. Maybe in 3 sessions, right? Like this will be eye-opening. In fact, in a few minutes, before the end of the session itself, we will see some things that you could not have done anywhere else.
Awesome. So let's do this then. Give kudos, and get kudos at length. So we want to give a kudo first, right? So for that to do, let me take this one, and this is for my give kudos. Let me just put it here for now. Giving kudos. This is my address so that I can give it again and again. So give kudos is this, and then you say who. So I'm giving it to this person, and what. So I'm giving it to CSS and comments. Good job. Right. And do I do a transact now?
Yes. Now, if you notice, you did not give who is giving this. It is implicit.
Right.
One sec. Before you go on, if you scroll to the top, again, make sure you change your account back to
this one. Yes,
this will now become who.
Yeah. This will now become the giver, right?
Giver. Yeah. Sorry, it will become the giver.
So it's basically Tanay as a giver is giving it to someone.
Yes.
So I will do the transaction. And what is this copy? Encode values of input, copy to clipboard. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Transact. Cool. So transacted now. And in that case, if I do this, I decoded input, this, no output. So now I can check get kudos length for this personality. It will not be 0 anymore. It will be 1 now, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Can we get kudos length? Yes, it's 1.
Awesome. Let us also get the kudos at that index.
Address who and index 0.
Yes.
Index 0. Let's call it. Yes, we have the kudos on the chain now. String CSS address this. But this is my address, right? Yeah, C4. Good. So the giver address is different than the getter address, I think.
Yes. Hey, so awesome. So I know we are hitting the second hourly mark, but I'll just want to quickly tell you something that is not possible in Web 2, right?
Okay.
What you just did is you deployed a contract. Right. Now, anybody in the world can start calling this contract. And so this is almost like saying the moment you deploy, it is an API that anybody can start calling. And it is secure by nature. It is secure because only the people who are, so anybody who's giving the contract, the kudos, their address is automatically stored. Like they cannot tamper with it.
Right.
You cannot fake somebody else.
Right.
How would you do this in the Web 2 world? You would have to write an authentication layer. You'd have to do Google login. You'll have to do some kind of an OAuth or something like that, right? None of that will do over here. Like immediately, just by using message.sender, you have already done the authentication. Right? That's one. The second is immediately when you deploy, it is by default an open API. Again, if you were to do this in the Web 2 world, you would have to like deploy Node.js and then probably write an Express wrapper. You'll have to write a API gateway, and then people, and maybe even do a JWT and stuff like that. So now you don't even need to do a JWT. Why do you not have to do a JWT? Because now people won't spam this because they have to pay money to call this function, right? Like that is the biggest spam filter in the world, right? Like you have to pay money to do any transaction, write anything onto the database. So these are all the securities, right? So you do not have to create your own authentication mechanism. You do not have to write any wrappers for exposing the functions. All of it is exposed by default. And the third is calling these functions are not free. So it's an automatic spam filter. So yeah, so these are something that's like super new in this ecosystem.
Makes sense. Cool. So what next do we want to do? I think this part is done, right? We have created the contract. We have done everything. Now we need to move to the front end part of it, or do we have to do something?
No. I think we're not going to do too much front end per se today.
Okay.
We're going to we have to give a little bit more structure to this, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, actually, we have 2 or 3 options from here. We can convert this into an NFT, but that's one route we can take. Actually, like I was not expecting us to do all of this so soon. So yeah,
so
definitely.
so so let's do that. I think it's anyway 2 hour already into it. So let's meet next Sunday again,
Sure.
12 to 2, and let's convert this into NFT then. And then in the third session we do the front end.
Yeah, that sounds good. So in the next
Right.
session, we will do an NFT. So
Yeah.
okay, actually, let's do one thing. We'll not write any more code.
Okay.
What we'll do is after we come back from a small break, we will deploy this to our main chain.
Okay. So
So
do
like
you want me to pay the money now
no
for that?
like we'll get some toy money. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
anybody in your audience, we will give kudos in real time.
Awesome. That is great. That is great. So kudos dot sol. Just saving it here for everybody else to look at when they want to look at. And I'm going to put this in the description of the video later on once the live is done. But yeah, let's do that. Let's take like a 5 minute quick break. Come
Yeah.
back and let's give real kudos. So we will ask for people to put their project links,
Yes.
right? And we will review the projects and say, this looks good. This has good work done on CSS, on HTML, on React, and then
Yeah.
we will give kudos. I love that idea. That's
Awesome.
amazing.
We will not add any more code, so we will have a fun session after we come back.
Awesome. So take a break, everyone. Come back and get kudos from us today live.
Awesome. Thank you. I'll see you in 4 minutes and 53 seconds.
Yes. We are back. Stopping that noise. Hey, Madhavan, are you here?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yes, sir. 3 bags full. And one for my master, one for the 10. So let's get started.
Awesome. So now, tricky part. So now, no more coding. Okay. No, now we are going to do some logistic stuff.
Okay.
First up, to connect to. So you remember we saw that button that says connect to Web3 on
This one?
Etherscan. No. On
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 either
the
scan.
link that I sent you.
Okay. And then I go to Uniswap.
Sure.
Uniswap. And then this was where contract.
Go to right.
Yes. Connect to Web3.
Yeah. Tap on it. Let's see what happens.
I don't want to lose my money.
Yes, you won't lose your money today. Maybe some other day, but not today. So yeah, first off, to be able to connect to the blockchain, you need what is called a wallet.
Okay.
Right. So there are two kinds of wallets that has been integrated on Etherscan called Metamask and Wallet Connect. There are two wallets that are available in the market.
Okay.
So let's install Metamask. If you open a new tab, go to metamask.io.
Metamask.io.
Yeah, now just download it. Install it. Are you on Chrome?
Chrome,
you're on
yes.
Chrome. Install Chrome. Install it. So basically, what we're doing right now is on Remix. You saw that, right? Like address 0x something. We don't have a real username right now. So we're creating our username. We're creating our wallet first. So yeah, let's just go through these steps over here.
Get started. Already have a secret recovery phrase. Yes, let's get set up. This will get a new wallet and a secret recovery phrase. Should I be sharing my screen for this?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You can always create another one later, which is going to be our real stuff. But I think it's important that people look at what all we're doing.
Okay, makes sense. Create a wallet. Help us improve MetaMask. Always allow you to opt out via settings and anonymized click and page use events. Full address. So what should I do? Should I help improve MetaMask? Chalo, let me improve. Let me help improve MetaMask. So new password. Okay. Password I have to put. I don't know what to put. So let's put.
This is not visible. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
I have read. Create. That's it.
For any legal purposes, Tanay actually read all those terms and conditions outside this video, guys.
Yes, I read. So I'll start reading once I start putting real money into it.
Yeah.
Before getting started was a short video to learn about your secret recovery phrase and how to keep your wallet safe. Okay. Okay, so this was scary. I remember Russ Honeycomb or something, no, from uh, from Silicon Valley. So he loses his pen drive and he's searching the
Yes,
entire. So
correct.
good
Yeah.
idea. Don't lose it. Click here to reveal secret words. What should I do now? Now disclose your
Yeah.
secret word.
No, you can. You should definitely click to reveal secret words.
Definitely.
Yeah, right.
Live. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. What we're going to do is right after this call, right after this live session, we're going to delete this account so that
We
you
can
can.
delete our accounts, huh?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, awesome. So this is the secret delivery, whatever recovery phrase. This is very. I remember 10 years back when I was like new into cryptography, creating my private key and doing GPG and all, and sending emails with GPG. Right, I was so much into it. It's giving me the same vibe, right? Save your private key, otherwise people would not.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah. So this recovery secret phrase that we have, this is called a seed phrase.
Okay.
And this is basically your private key, right?
Right.
So what Metamask does is it will use this seed phrase because it's easier to remember,
Right.
and it will get converted into a private key internally.
Right. Next. Next. Confirm your secret. Please select each phrase in order to make sure it is correct. What is this?
So you just pasted something on your keep, right?
Right.
Just type in that secret phrase again. Jelly primary admit.
Jelly primary admit. Maze denial riot strike. My God, this is too much work. The SBI just a feel हो रहा है. It's like riot strike. Crowd knife debate hand enforce. Crowd knife debate hand enforce. Okay.
So this is just like MetaMask making sure that you actually have saved your
Okay.
phrase somewhere and you don't accidentally lose it.
Okay. Cool. Makes sense. So confirm now.
Yes, yes, sir.
Confirm. Congratulations. You passed the test. Keep your secret. It's your responsibility. Save a backup in multiple places. Never share. Be careful of phishing. Never share. If you need to backup, you find it settings in security. Okay. If you ever have questions or see something fishy, contact. All done. MetaMask cannot recover your secret.
This on a live stream, but please, then I just to like make it explicitly clear over here. Right after this call, the first thing that you should do is just delete this
Right.
account and do all of this afresh from the beginning, so
Right.
that your seed phrase is not exposed to anybody.
Right. No, makes sense.
Great. So Tanay, congratulations. Now you have an account on Ethereum.
Wow. And everybody knows about my account.
Yes, everybody knows about your account.
400 people watching live knows about my account and my secret key, which you should not do ever, right?
Yeah.
Which you should not do ever. We're just showing it what not to do right now. Cool. Madhavan, what should we do next then?
So now, right under account one, you see the address,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So this just copy paste it somewhere just to see that it looks exactly the same like before.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Again, 0x something, right? So that's pretty much what I want you to know. Great. So now on the top right inside your Chrome, why does your plugin not show up? Where does your plugin show up usually? Oh, okay. Why don't you pin that? Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Great. So now we have created an account. So next up, we saw that to deploy any contract, you need some money, right? You need some money to be able to deploy.
Right.
Ethereum mainnet. Do you see on the top right, Ethereum mainnet?
Yes.
Let us add a network. Oh, actually, one second. Sorry, you don't need to do this. That's a default option available. Just tap on that again. Yeah, show and hide test networks. Toggle test network. Yeah. Okay. So basically now we are going to, we're not going to deploy in the main chain. So there are multiple test networks available. So we will first deploy to the test network, see everything is working all right before we spend real money to deploy onto what is called the mainnet.
Makes sense.
So now if you go to the top again, Yeah, now let's choose Robston.
Robston. Why?
All of these are like different test networks. Different people have set it up.
Okay.
Like we can choose any, but for this purpose, we'll just go with Robston. It's the more popular one.
Okay.
Great. So now on the top right, why don't you tap on your MetaMask extension? नहीं सबसे ऊपर Chrome में. हाँ. So now you see that your account is visible over here. Okay.
Right.
Great. And you also see that we are currently on the Robston network.
Robston test
And you
network. Okay.
also see 0 ETH, like you do not have any money.
Right.
So first thing we are going to do is get some toy money.
Okay.
Right? And let me send you a link where you can get some. I am just sending you a link.
People are having so much fun in comments. कि चाहे तुम कुछ ना कहो, मैंने देख लिया.
Yeah. So on the internet, there are all of these places called faucets, right? So this is called an Ethereum faucet. Basically, what people are doing on the internet as a goodwill kind of a thing is ki, hey Tanay, you are a developer who is trying to build something on Ethereum and you do not have ethers to actually test what you've built. Hey, let me give you some ethers just to like start playing around, right? So yeah, let's just scroll up. Yeah, very nice people. Scroll up.
Scroll up. Okay.
Yeah. Now Ethereum address. Now किस address में? Okay, I'll send you money, but किस address पे भेजूँ मैं?
This address.
Yes, that's the same one that you copied from.
Copied from here. So yeah, 4529. Yes.
So now what does it say? Claim. Or login. You need to log
So I
in.
have to log in from Google account.
Yes.
Login from Google account. Okay. Now.
Oops. Sorry, now paste. Paste the address, yeah. Claim.
Claim.
Great. Now click on that link below.
Last recorded transaction. This one.
Yeah, click on it.
What is this?
This is your transaction. So every transaction that you do, every transfer of money goes onto the blockchain, right?
Right.
This is how it looks like when it goes onto the blockchain. So now it succeeded. It took 27 seconds for a transfer to happen.
Okay.
There is a verification process that happens on the blockchain. Basically, okay, this is a good place to take a pause and like think about Ethereum, right?
Okay.
What happens is whenever there's a transaction that is happening, that is like somebody is sending money to somebody else, there are two checks that need to happen. Number one, the person who is sending actually has as much money as they're trying to send. And number two, the person who is trying to send money should authorize. Okay, so these two checks need to exist. And the way that this check happens is everybody around the world can connect to the Ethereum world computer, right? They can connect to Ethereum and say, hey, I will also start validating all the transactions that are happening. Now, there are hundreds of thousands of computers all over the world. You can also connect your computer to Ethereum and say, hey, I'll also start doing these verifications, right? And then at every 20 seconds or so, there's a voting that happens.
Okay.
Now, all these computers all around the world are voting whether, hey, this transaction to Tanay was it correct or was it wrong?
Okay.
Right? Did the sender have this much amount to send in the first place? So you see value over here on the screen. Yeah. So 3.6 ether has been sent to you. Okay. Did the sender even have 3.6 ethers?
Okay.
So check number one. Check number two. Did the sender authorize this transaction to be deducted from his wallet and credited to Tanay's wallet? No. Do you have that no authorization from the sender? So all these 100,000 computers around the world are voting yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And it takes about 27 seconds in this case for people to come to a consensus that yes, okay, 51% or more of the people said yes, this is a valid transaction, and that is when you see that success tick mark on the top.
This like, one. Okay.
Yeah. So
Right.
now you tap on your MetaMask wallet on the top right, your plugin.
I have money, I'm rich.
Yes, now you have 3.6 Ether on the Robson network. So Robson network pay jo bhi hai, it is all play money. You can't convert it into USD. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Almost rich.
Almost rich.
Awesome. So now let us deploy. Now you have money. Now you can use this money to deploy onto the main chain or onto
Okay.
on a public network.
Okay.
Right. So now let's go to Remix again.
So I need this, I think, and then I go to here.
Yeah. Now go to deploy.
Go to deploy. Okay.
And सबसे ऊपर you see environment, right?
Yes.
Now tap on environment. So VM is basically like local, like Remix ka khud ka. So what we're going to do is injected Web3.
Injected Web3. Why is this injected Web3?
So now your MetaMask plugin is going to inject your address into Remix.
Okay.
Right. So you currently have no contact with instances to interact with. But okay, open your MetaMask. Tap on that not connected on the top left. Is not connected. That's strange.
Fine. Click the connect button.
Okay, let's go back. No,
not here.
Not here, not here. उसी में आना चाहिए था. Go to on the drop down, select injected Web3 again. It should ask right now. No injected Web3 active and running. Huh, that's strange. Just give me a moment. Let me try on my machine.
Sure. Try reloading the page, people are saying.
Oh, do you want to try reloading the page?
This code will be here, right?
Yeah.
Changes that you may not have saved. It's saved. Everything is compiled, is saved already, right?
Yes.
Arey haan bhai, reload. Okay, so now worked for me. So a lot of people are trying, I think, live. So they're in the comments, it's saying work for me, try this. Go to connected side and manually connect. Now let's see injected Web3. Yes, sir. This worked this time.
Yeah, next. Oh, you had to refresh the page, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, next.
View the addresses of your permitted accounts. Connect.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Now you've connected. Great. So now under the account wala section, you see this. You see your new account.
Where on the is that?
Left hand side, right? Injected Web3 ke niche.
Yes.
Previously, you had like a lot of 100 Ether wale bahut sare accounts. If you remember. Now there's only one because now we have connected to the actual wallet, and in the wallet you have only one account.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the one that you're going to do your transactions from.
Okay.
So let's go compile the code again because you refresh the page.
Compile, no file selected. Where did all the file go? Contracts, kudos, Command S to compile because Madhavan just taught me that. So compiled.
Yes. Now.
No error.
Now you can deploy. Now it will deploy from this particular address. It will take money automatically. It will take money. Okay.
Okay.
Let's hit deploy.
Even when this is all funny money right now, I am so hesitant. Okay, let me once check if everything is right.
Yeah, tap it. Now something interesting will happen when you hit tap. Yeah, now the money has to go from your wallet. And Remix can't just take money from your wallet, right? Like that would be unfair. Yes. Not just unfair, like your account, your wallet has a private and a public key.
Right.
When Remix gave you those 20 accounts with 100 Ether each, Remix has the private keys for those accounts.
Right.
but it does not have the private key for this account that you have just created. Only you in the world, only you have access to this. And that is stored in your MetaMask wallet. So it is asking MetaMask, hey, MetaMask, can you confirm this transaction? Because only
dude, this only I have to click the confirm button for this.
Yes.
Dude, but this is very like with the malware or something, someone can take your money, no? Like, clicking on this confirm button is not that big a deal. You can script it out.
So that's true. So for example, I have a lot of ETH and I can't risk exactly what you just said. Like people can not scam, and people do scam, right? Like, to be very fair. So I have a hardware wallet.
Okay.
So hardware wallet is basically, it's like a pen drive. Each time I have to do this transaction, I need to plug in my pen drive.
That makes sense.
Big number aayega, I have to physically tap a button. All of those stuff is there. And once I disconnect it, there is no way for any malware also to kind of do the transaction on my behalf. MetaMask is more like low security but good enough kind of a thing.
मतलब नंगे को क्या लूटेगा कोई, तो it's for very people. Right? But people who have money, I can totally understand. Good, Madhavan, you have ETH, huh? Very rich folks.
No, sir. Yeah.
Confirm. Then should I confirm?
Yes.
Cool. Confirmed.
Confirmed. Now scroll down to the bottom quickly on the right hand side section. I want to show you something. No, right hand side way. It says kudos pending, creation of kudos pending.
Oh, okay.
Right now, what is happening is all these computers all around the world are voting.
Okay.
Now the voting is complete.
Okay.
For this last 10 seconds or so, people are voting. Hey, should we accept this contract or not? Should we allow Tanay to deploy to this contract or not? 51% people said yes, let's accept it, and that's why it got accepted.
Okay.
Right. So now everything is as before. Right. So great. Okay, what's the best way from here? So what we'll do is we will not use remixes interface anymore. Just copy that address.
What address?
Of the contract that just got deployed.
This one?
Yes. Copy that address. Yes.
Copying.
Now, as I was saying, the moment you deploy onto the blockchain, it's public, right? So let's see it in public. Like anybody in your audience can see it. Let's go to robston.etherscan.io.
So should I like paste it on the chat so that people can also try this?
We'll paste the entire link in 5-10 seconds.
Okay. robston.etherscan.io. We are already here.
Yeah.
So what do we do? Search by address.
Yes. Now paste your address here.
Ooh, okay. This is interesting.
Awesome. So you have your contract over here. Now go to contract on contract tab.
Contract tab.
Oh, damn. You need to also do a verification, which we did not do. Let's go back to Remix. I'm so sorry.
No problem. It's a good learning.
Go to compile.
Go to compile.
Compile.
What are we trying to do?
We need to also so there is a verification process that needs to be done in which we need to also upload our source code. Okay, I am forgetting where that happens. I know how to do it from command line, but remix verify contract. Okay, so can you tap on? Okay, where are we? Publish on IPFS. Can you hit that?
Yeah. Someone was asking what is IPFS.
Yeah, we will just come to that in a moment. IPFS is basically like S3.
Distributed.
AWS.
Distributed S3.
Yes.
Right.
Free S3 that you can use. Okay, now I am forgetting. इसके बाद एक और step करना रहता है. Yeah, I am also going to do this on the fly. Okay, great. So now go to deploy.
Now go to deploy again. I lose more
And
money now.
yeah, no, and also tap on publish to IPFS.
Publish to IPFS. Okay.
Yeah, now try deploying.
So this will deploy again, no new one.
Yes, yes. Now you can delete the previous one.
So I'm going to lose money.
Yes, you lost. You just lost money. Congrats.
Shit, yaar. Either. Confirm. Gas fee is also free money. Maybe I'm feeling bad. Confirm.
Yeah, I hope this works.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I take the address again and I go to
Oh,
contact
okay.
address.
Okay. We need to do one more thing. I'm so sorry.
No problem. No problem. I'll do it again.
Go back to Remix. Go back to Remix.
There are no matching entries this time.
Because the voting would have not yet ended. Okay, now it has. Now maybe if you refresh, it'll show up.
No. Why?
Did
I not copy the right address? This is the new deployed contract. If
it takes a few seconds for it to show up on Etherscan, but it should show
maybe. Yeah, makes sense. We are moving too fast. Okay. So anyway, what do we need to do?
So on the left, you see that last my plug button.
Yes, this one.
Yeah, you need to search for Sourcify.
Sourcify. What is this? This is plugin manager for
yes.
Solid for Web3.
Yeah, Sourcify.
Sourcify.
Okay. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
Activator.
Yeah, activate.
Source metadata, fetcher, and validator. Okay.
So there's some metadata that needs to be uploaded to tell Etherscan that was no, this is the actual source code. Okay. Otherwise, what gets uploaded by default is something called a bytecode.
Okay.
So yeah,
So it's input a verified contract's address to load its source code into the.
You don't need this. Let's go back to
compile.
Yeah, 1 second. Compile the contract. Yes. Now, did you copy the contract address?
Didn't do this now. Here?
No. That's one. Just copy this. Okay. Now go to the Sourcify plugin on the left.
Sourcify plugin on the left.
Yeah, verifier.
Verifier, upload, verify, and publish contract written sources.
Instead of Ethereum mainnet, we are on Ropsten.
Ropsten.
Yes.
This one?
Yeah, now paste it here. Awesome.
Right. Should we do verify?
Yes. Super. Now you go to Etherscan.
I'm here.
No, it should show up. Why is it not showing up?
Refresh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So now go to contract. Oh damn! It's still showing. Are you a contract creator? Verify and publish today. Oh. Yeah. Tap on that. What happens? Okay. What is this? I've never seen this before. No. No, not this. Go back. Damn. Let's learn it together, I guess.
Yep.
Already verified. So let's go back to Remix again.
Remix again. Someone in the chat is saying, "I am following you guys. My contract got deployed right."
Actually, let's do this. Let's just deploy once. Let's deploy once. Let's deploy
this.
Okay, great.
And deleting this.
Yeah.
Right. Injected Web3. Okay, kudos. Okay. Deploying it.
Spend more money.
Losing money every time.
Wait. Yeah, somebody needs to make all of this much easier. Actually, we did, right? Like on questbook, we launched an app in which all of this is taken care of under the hood.
Oh, okay.
So you can in fact write code directly on mobile phone. That's how simple we made it.
Amazing, man. No wonder you guys are so famous in Web3 world.
What famous?
Everybody talks about your questbook.
I hope in all.
Anywhere I go and read anything about beginner content, how to begin, your name is there. Questbook is there. I'm like, bhai sahab. And I know people in questbook personally. Of kya feeling aati hai? Celebrity feeling.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so do this.
Now go
So
back
done.
to the fire. Now copy this. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'm learning now. So okay. I think
No, now we need to verify.
this was good, right? It should happen like few times. We should try and debug. It gets you in the process. Now I have that little bit of muscle memory. Take this, do that, all of
Yeah.
it. So
Now,
I like that we didn't do it once. Now we go.
no,
Let's
now we also need to do the
solve
verification.
contract, man.
Hey, actually, yeah, no, go to remix.
Going to remix. Sorry.
Now you need to go to the verifier.
Verifier.
And
Sourcify, and then this one, right?
Yes.
Verify.
Yeah, now it worked. Awesome. Now go back to your
This one.
Refresh.
We also found two contents with exact matching bytecodes. That's amazing.
It should show up now over here in any time now.
Oh, we'll sing songs. Which song do you like?
Can you just paste this link on the chat on Zoom or somewhere?
So pasting it on Zoom.
Yeah, I will
There
just
you go.
check if there's anything wrong that we did.
Darshan, congratulations for getting your contract deployed, man. You are the real hero.
Yeah, tell us how you did it.
What are we missing, Darshan? And folks who are watching this late, hey, like, subscribe, share, comment, please do all of it. It would be great if you do it. Just saying. Like, आपका कुछ जाएगा नहीं, हमारा कुछ जाएगा नहीं, हमें भी मिल जाएगा like अच्छा लगेगा.
Hey, can you go to remix once again? Let's check it.
Saying to change bytecode, compile again with change in code. Not making sense. not making sense. Compile again with changing in bytecode. It says compile again. I don't know what it is. Is this somewhere here? Copy API. No, that's what he's saying. To change bytecode, compile again with change in code.
Okay, make some change in code, is he saying?
Yep.
They just add some dummy function maybe, just to make sure that the compilation happens again.
Okay.
Maybe just add int hello or something.
Function. If I add comment, it will be removed, right? So it will have to be a code.
Yes.
Hello.
I think help was better. Yeah. That's it. That should be good.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now let's compile.
Darshan is OP.
You compiled it, published to IPFS. Published to IPFS.
Published to IPFS. Okay.
Okay. Now you go to
deploy. Deleting this one.
Yes.
Deploying again. Published to IPFS is already there. So deploying again. Lose more money.
If this also does not work, we'll just move on to the next step.
Yeah. We have access to source code, so we don't want to see the source code there. Cool. So this is deployed, it seems. So I need to go to Sourcify now, and then just verify this. Yes, contract already verified, right?
Did you get the right link? This is.
This was the old one.
Yeah, can you check if you copied the right one?
There's only one, so I keep deleting the earlier ones, right?
Oh, okay, that's awesome. Now, okay, go back to Sourcify once.
Sourcify again.
And go to the top.
Go to the top.
Get contract fetcher.
Contract fetcher.
Again, Robston. And paste the address.
Paste the address. Fetch.
Yeah.
Sourceify would like to access to write file of file manager, read write to any files or folders require giving permissions.
Okay. Yeah. Accept.
Okay.
Contracts fetched successfully. It is okay stored. That means it worked. Now we have to figure out why it didn't show up on Robston. Now copy this contact address again and just paste it.
Yes, says 1 minute ago. Go to contract. Says again, decompile bytecode.
Can you type on decompile bytecode?
I am okay with anything.
That's strange. That's strange.
Yes.
This should have
codes view, similar contracts.
Okay. Are you the contact creator? Verify. Let's try verify it public. Let's see what happens there. Let's. Yeah, this is okay.
Would like to verify. Please select compiler type.
Solidity. Yeah, single file.
Solidity single file. Please select compiler version.
Yeah, 10. 8.10.
8.10. Please select open source license type.
No license. That should be okay. No license.
No license. Okay. Continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. Now just paste the contract. Copy paste the contract.
Yeah, this is fun. I'll say that. Maza aaya bahut. Okay, now.
Actually, go back to your remix.
Okay.
Go to the compile section.
Go to compile section.
Tap on that ABI niche.
Yeah,
copy that. Again, go there. Paste it in the next one. Next. Yeah.
What's ABI?
ABI is like API, but for it's basically the signatures of all your functions.
Signatures of all my functions. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now I am not a robot.
Maybe. Verify and publish.
Did you watch the Loki series?
No.
What if I am a robot and I don't know?
Invalid argument. Verify API is in API encoded. What? Okay, go down. API encoded. Okay, just remove
Should
the
I
API.
take like bytecode?
No, that's not required. Just remove everything here.
Okay.
And just try it again.
Verify and publish.
Yeah.
Let's try. Let's see. We need Darshan to come live. Darshan चला गया बोला ये लोग से हो नहीं रहा है मैं कर लिया. Let's see if this works. Your first Web 3.0 app compiled, it seems. Unable to generate contract bytecode and ABI.
Okay. Okay. Can you scroll down? Bytecode what you're looking for versus what we got. Okay. Start over. Now I think we're getting somewhere. Start over. Niche.
Should we like add this to the source file? No.
That's a warning. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Starting over.
Go down.
Go down.
Constructor ABI. Okay, let's paste that bytecode. Maybe we're right. That's what it's expecting.
Bytecode. Copy. Close this. Let's see. Ja kya raha apna? This is not money. This is not asking for money. I'm happy about that. Define and publish. Darshan saying, don't paste anything in ABI. We tried that, Darshan. That also didn't work.
That's very strange.
Yes. Darshan can send address. We can look his contact.
Okay, fine. Forget it. Okay, I'll put into the comments. Maybe next session we will fix this. Something. I think some configuration issue that we are missing.
Right, right.
Okay, let's go back to Remix. Let's do this from Remix itself. If somebody in the comments can like post their address and GitHub URL of something that they worked on, maybe we can give a kudos directly from Remix. Go to the
Yes.
deploy section.
Go to the deploy section.
Now just
Yes.
expand the contract. We'll do it the old way. Yeah, you
Old
can
way.
still give, yeah, you can give kudos from here.
Right. So anybody wants a kudo, this is your time. Gonna give kudos. This is deployed to Robsnet, if I'm not saying that.
Robston.
Robston. Okay, Robston. Send your address. Anybody who wants kudos, we can give kudos now. But you have to send your address and also your GitHub. Zoif YT is saying, okay, let me open this here. YouTube.com. Tanay Pratap. My God, 174 still strong after 3 hours. Why? Amazing. Most like video, I think, till now. So show. I have to be the person to make this address a show, but you have to also give me your GitHub ID. I'm not giving you kudo for attending this. All right. You have to give me your GitHub so that I can we paste HTTPS link? Paste it. I'll allow it. I am the admin for this, so I can allow that for now. Okay, no, everybody's giving me address. So everybody has address. Why are you watching this in such a newbie? Sure, or they just created it now, maybe. Sure. No, you have to give me a GitHub, my Robston address, Arpit Khandelwal. But where is your work? Not giving free kudos. Even though it's funny money and funny network, kudos have some meaning. Omkar Arora. My God, so many addresses here. Not a single HTTP, not a single GitHub work. I did. Anish said. No, Amish is saying I did. Where? Amish, where was your GitHub? No, I don't see it. See, I have access to all the comments. Not seeing it here. I did. Give kudos to Darshan. Acha. Because Darshan said it works. So give kudos to Darshan. Okay. Links are not going. Okay, cool. I get that. If links are not going, reply with your link on this comment. I can like here, just comment your link here on the GitHub, and I'll pick it up from here. Chalo, waiting. Let's do it. Let's give you some kudos. फिर उसको NFT भी करेंगे next time.
Yeah.
So you'll GitHub link of project or profile, anything will work. Project is better. If you do project, much better. I'm waiting. I don't see a comment here. Remix compiler is, and we selected. Okay. Phoenix Abhishek. Okay, I don't see a link here. It's here already. See, Zoe, Bhatt, Vikrant. Let's see. I like how Zoe F did it, right? Put your link and your address, and we'll quickly check and we'll see, okay, what work you have done. E-health here, okay, an application to keep track of your everyday calorie intake and workout. Wow, diet and workout plans are determined based on your BMI. Registration screen. Okay, this looks good. He has made it in iOS and Android. So this is basically, what is this thing? How has he made it? Not sure. Android, proper app. My God, this is good. Source, main, nice. I like this. काफी मेहनत किया लड़के ने. Have you published this also? See, enter your goal in kgs, not pounds. Very Indian look. Love this, man. This is great. So we want to give him kudos, Madhavan. Let's go and give.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's give him kudos. So we take this and then we go here and we say give kudos and we say who. So if and what is this for? iOS and Android development. So we say iOS, Android. right? And comments. Nice. In your health app. Could work on the health app. Nice. Like ideally, I would have spent much more time before giving a kudo, but just to see this. Oh, for every transaction I have to pay. See,
Yes.
I'm losing money for this. Yeah, guys, come on, give me serious projects only. Okay. So transact to give kudos pending. It was a college project. It was a Flutter project. Okay, nice, but not deployed. Okay.
Tanay, let's also do one more thing. Can you just paste this code on the gist and share the gist with me? Let me try quickly deploying from my end, so
Yeah,
that
let's
people
do
can
that.
also start playing around with it a little bit, if possible, in
Yep,
the next 5 minutes.
yep. Let's do that. Let's do that. I think this is the code, man. This is already here.
Oh,
Kudos.soft.
okay. Can you just share the link with me? Yeah,
Sharing
on
it.
Zoom.
Here you go.
Thanks. I'll quickly
Awesome.
take a
So
few
I
minutes.
gave kudos to Zoef. This is amazing. Can you do the same process for Etherscan? I don't know. What is this Etherscan, Madhavan?
Yeah, that's what we are trying to set up. Just trying to see if I'm able to quickly make a
Right.
deployment.
See, this is there. So if I just want to check if this is working, get kudos at index. So if I say who and I say 0 and I call this, yeah, see, you have kudos from me, from my
Yeah, this is on the
address.
public blockchain, by the way.
Public blockchain, you have a kudos from me, and we are going to make this a full-fledged app in our future live sessions. So Madhavan, how's your Sunday looking next Sunday? Should we do
Next
this
Sunday
next
is good. Let's do it. I would love to.
same
Yeah.
time,
Yes.
12 p.m. next Sunday? Let's meet and let's create this live with everyone else. I think this is great. It took some time. We are still debugging, but that's how real development happens, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
See, Bhatt Vikrant has created Instagram clone. I'm gonna give Bhatt Vikrant also some kudos. And next time we'll convert this to NFT. So whoever has gotten kudos this time or next time, you will have like a real photo, real NFT from our side. So that would be awesome. My God, this clone is really nice, Vikrant. This is amazing. This lives up to the name clone. I love it. So I'm gonna give you a kudo. Kudo for what? For is this web development? What is the technology behind this? Let me see. Buddy, let me see what it is. Web development because it's a web app. So let me say web comments. Good work. Are amazing Instagram clone. So now you can take it from the network and put it on your website. Transact. Pending, paying money, confirm. Would this have some UI also? Yes, you should. That's the point. So today we wanted to do the contract. Next time we want to generate NFT, and after that we want to do UI because UI is pretty natural to me, right? I can develop the UI and you all can see while that gets developed. But overall, this is how we are planning to do three such sessions. Yeah, Vikrant, you have a kudo from me now. It's deployed. I can see that. GitHub gist link is here. Just putting it in on the chat once more. I'll put it in the description. If you're watching it later, you will find it in the description as well once the live is over. Only thing which you have to do to find this link in description is you have to like the video. If you don't like the video, somehow magically it will not be there, right? That's how Facebook works these days. So this was great. Madhavan, thank you so much for this, man. Do
Awesome.
we close today's live then?
Yeah, let me just give me one more moment. I'm just seeing if I'm able to pull out.
No problem. No problem. I can keep giving more kudos till then. I'm loving this entire setup. I really want to do this, like even if it's on Dropster network, or if you can tell me how to deploy on a free network where I don't have to pay like real money every time. But this is what I always wanted to build. Like give people kudos for what they are working. Wow, how I am
So
current.
maybe what we'll do is, okay, we can probably wrap this up, and we'll share the link to the verified contract so that people can like start seeing the kudos directly on Etherscan. Right. So
Right.
that is something that will be possible. Like right now, what Tanay is showing us is on the remix itself, right? Like you're able to get by index for a
Right.
particular user. Now anybody can go and execute that function. That's what I'm trying to set up with this contract, over here. But yeah, so yeah, basically that we can do next time. Maybe after this contract, we can close it out.
Definitely. Hotel comparison website, data structures and CVP, GitHub Finder, weather forecast, loan calculator. Arey, yeah, these are very generic. Need to make a good app. So good static, not static, a dynamic app. I see only static apps here. Let me just go and read your source code. Pages, images, components. Okay, rooms, container. Very nice. Not bad. Definitely more things can be done, but this looks good. Who's this? Shetty Karan. Let me, since I checked your work, I will give you a kudo for sure. Where is it? Where did it go? Deploy. Sorry. Publish to IPFS. Did I delete it by mistake? I think I deleted it here. No. Yes. See that address is kudo. Go ahead and reload. Go to deploy. Oh, it says currently you have no contract instances to interact with. Somehow this deployed contract went away for after giving it to my friend. It's here. I can deploy it again, but don't want to do that. And where is this address? Let me go.
It should just show up on our Robston. That's what we're trying to set up. So there's something wrong. We're fundamentally missing that. I'm not able to figure out
I
on
think
the itself.
Let's debug it and then come to the next session, and we'll tell what went wrong so that everybody can fix it. But at the same time, we'll start creating NFTs in the next session. So the next session is going to be amazing. For your kudos, we'll create NFTs. For web, you will have like a web icon. For iOS, you will have iOS icon and things like that, and you'll show it on your Twitter, on your profile, everywhere. And in the third one, we'll create a UI for that also. Tanay, you can find contract in Etherscan. Tanay sir, आप बस project देखकर बता दो कैसा है. भले ही kudos मत दो, please. Ishan, we'll do it, man. That's so nice of you. Thank you, everyone who watched. Thank you, Madhavan, once again for joining. Everyone, please follow Questbook. They're doing a great job. And if you are from Questbook, follow me. I'm doing a great job. And and just try Web 3.0. One thing which I wanted to do with this live session is to show you that you don't need to jump to Solidity. Solidity might not be your first programming language, but if you know programming, you can get into it whenever you want to. And we'll see how the entire Web 2.0 skill will be transferable to Web 3.0. First two sessions will do Web 3.0, but then you'll see that to have a UI to make anything, right? Even the Etherscan or the Metamask which you're seeing, it's made out of the same HTML, CSS, JavaScript, which you learn via Web 2.0. So the skills would be very much transferable. Do not start jumping into here and there. Up to HTML सीखने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं, everything is Web 3.0. It is required. So go ahead, learn all of that, and go ahead, learn Web 3.0 also. And spend some time with all of this. Let us know what the questions are. For sure, comment on the video if you have questions. Madhavan and I will be keep checking the video comments. And next session, let's create NFT. Thank you, Madhavan. Closing thoughts.
Thank you so much. Kudos, Tanay. This was a really fun session. I enjoyed it. Love the fact that Robston and Remix threw a curveball at us towards the end. We'll resolve it next time. And this is what real development looks like.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.